love coffee, I love tea. I love the jabber jive and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the jabber and me. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup. Boy.
Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. How the heck are ya? Yes, I most certainly am Diana Clarion, the Lavender Lady. This is most certainly Coffee with Lavender, and we have a full crew today. How do you like that? In the
Yay!
in the right hand seat, we have the co-pilot, the one, the only, the brilliant, the beautiful Kate Farr, Bionic Dance. How are you, honey?
Hi, I'm not Stool.
And behind the co-pilot at the navigator station, chief engineer Mom NATO. Hello, honey. Hi.
Hi. How's everybody doing now that my weeks have slowed down? I can be back
Oh,
on. Oh my god.
yay!
I swear the last 2.5 weeks have just been absolutely terrible.
And then do we is the Norden bomb site manned this morning, or is our bombardier
He,
taking a day off?
I think the bombardier is out taking a walk. I sent him the link, but yeah,
Okay.
he'll either show up or he won't.
Yeah, it's a pretty good
He says
choice.
he's relaxating.
Who the hell takes walks anymore?
I don't know. I really should when it comes down to it, though. I'll tell you.
We
Well, when
can't
I
hear a word
was
you're saying, kiddo.
when I was not able to exercise properly, simply because I just had brain surgery, like I can't walk without a destination. I need somewhere to go. Otherwise, I get like super bored with it.
Oh yeah,
Um,
okay, I
for a
understand.
while there, I was playing
The Bombardier
Pokemon
has arrived by
Go,
proxy.
like while I was walking. It's even though I didn't have a destination, it gave me
I was
something to
planning
do.
this
It gave
this
my walking a purpose.
Yeah,
Mm.
Oh my.
So
Uh,
that helped.
now I used to go and just decide I was going to put one foot in front of the other, and then when I got there, then I would know where I was going. Um,
Yeah,
Mm.
but
well,
that was a long time ago. Darn it! I mean, I'd walk.
after a while, it gets really easy to not realize, like to not reach a destination though, and then you don't know where the hell you were at least trying to go.
Yeah, there you go. Now I used to walk from my apartment down to the University District here in Pittsburgh, so that would be about 5 or 6 miles.
Mm.
And I could just spend a nice day that way. And I miss that. I really do. You don't have the hills here where I live are a little bit steeper, and I'm a little bit older, and you know how it goes.
Yep.
Yeah, don't even talk to me about steep hills. If I ever want to go to the dispensary or something, the way back is so uphill like you wouldn't believe. It's just oof.
hmm
And trying to take that with a mask on. I mean, I'm all in
Mm.
favor of wearing masks and shit, but after a while you just can't breathe.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, it does happen. It does happen. And you've said the magic word. You understand. What's everybody thinking about lifting the mask mandate?
Not me.
Not yet.
Not
Not yet.
yet. Okay, I guess the three of us.
I understand that people don't want to wear the masks, but there are still hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of people still that are refusing to get the vaccine.
Yeah. I mean,
And as long as they refuse to get the vaccine, can't get the vaccine, they can still spread the virus. And
mm-hmm.
even though we've been vaccinated, there's always the chance that a new strain will come up that our vaccines won't cover.
I
Yeah.
mean, the thing is though that um we as the vaccinated can still spread the stupid virus. We just won't get
Exactly.
sick from it. And I mean, I just I'm worried that we are going to repeat some of the mistakes from the Spanish flu, where people got
Mhm.
overconfident because they saw a tiny smidge of progress and it
Yeah.
caused
Right.
another wave.
Yeah.
That's the one
Absolutely.
that bothers me because I'm like, I get the impatience. I get wanting to get back to normal, but these people want to get back to normal without going through hard first.
Uh
And
huh.
Yes.
that's
Yes.
never in a million years going to work.
Nope.
Because, I mean, you have to do the difficult part. You have to do the part you don't want to do to get back to
Exactly.
where you want to be. And they're
Yep.
just refusing. They're flat out refusing to do what's necessary.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mage says something interesting here. He says, I don't know why stores require masks but don't enforce it. That's interesting, yeah. And that's Bean.
Hmm.
Um, at the local Squall Mart up here, you might be lucky to have 40% of the customers wearing masks, if that.
Yeah, and it says
Yeah,
at the
well,
door that masks are mandatory. Well, then enforce the damn rule. Don't just sit there and let them come in without masks. Or if you
Mm-hmm.
see somebody in the store who's taken their mask off, tell them to leave.
The,
alternately, you could live in civilization where people actually wear masks.
well, that
I mean,
too.
seriously,
Really?
like I'm hearing these stories from you people, and I'm like, if someone was in a store without a mask here in San Diego, they would hear about it.
But see, we don't. Most people ignore it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
well,
terrible. I mean, but if you dare to object, the people get into a snit and then they start yelling and screaming at you, and you're the one who's asked to leave because you're causing the disturbance.
Yeah, it's just like in
mm,
school. Yeah, you get
Yep.
bullied, you are the one who gets in trouble. Uh huh.
Yep.
yeah,
Oh, Mage says he gets a second shot on Friday. Yay!
Yep. I got my
mm.
second shot last week.
I'm
I get my
So,
second shot before last call.
there. You go. Oh, look who's here! Yay, Manda! All right,
Oh, hey, what's up, yo?
let's do something about this. Oh my! Oh my! Oh my!
Also,
Um,
someone stop me from saying yo anymore. That is so over.
wait a minute. You're oops. You're telling me to check my email. Is that
Not anymore. It's just like
okay?
because I was having a hard time getting back into the stream.
Oh,
uh,
okay then.
Do you not have your email up like constantly?
Not on this system here. No, I don't know. Maybe
See,
because
I never don't.
the only person I'm checking for is you.
Yeah,
Oh
but well, clearly that didn't work, did it?
no, not really.
I mean,
No, the other two
it,
machines, the email usually
ooh.
runs. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
I always have my email up just because someone's gonna contact me for something. Plus, for a while, I mean, I like answering comments on my videos. I like answering comments people leave on like Facebook and crap. So I always have a tab open to Gmail no matter what, just so I can. And who knows, it might be an emergency or something. Maybe I don't know. My parents are in a place where there's no phone reception, but somehow there's Wi-Fi, and there's a big old disaster, and one of them is dead, and they need to tell me. Chances are good that if my email isn't up, I won't notice.
oh my goodness.
Oh my! Oh my! Oh
I'm
my!
just saying, there's good reasons to have email up all the
Your
time.
life is a soap opera, isn't it?
No, no, I mean, because that has never come up before, but who knows, it might. I like the idea of suspenders and belt level of redundancy, of making sure.
Okay. Okay.
And so that's
Uh,
what I'm doing.
Yay! And Amanda says she's gonna grab a drink. She says, "Shoot me a link. I'll be in a few." I shooted you a link, so we'll just stand by and see what happens. Yay!
A
Yay!
little
Yay!
early to
Yay!
start drinking, isn't it?
That's the first thing I thought.
Uh,
Oh my!
Mm.
There was a little Scotch discussion going on somewhere. What was it, yesterday or the day before, or something like that, with Neil and Inane Dragon and Atheistic Snail.
I've tried scotch, and honestly, I don't get the appeal. I mean, it was okay, I guess, but I mean, well, number one, drinking alcohol is usually not very pleasant to begin with. It usually burns going down or tastes like jet fuel or vinegar or some shit. But I mean, even so, like I've tried scotch and it didn't exactly taste good. So I didn't really see the point.
I don't know. I fell in love with Scotch the very first time I tried it. Well,
Hmm.
I'm different, so you know that already.
Yeah. Well,
But
I likes me the rum. I does the
okay
rum at
then.
least it has some like sweetness to it. There's a little bit of sugar in there, not much, but enough to make it not unpleasant like the other alcohols.
It's the molasses in it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
No,
but
the
I
MSB.
mean,
Mhm.
it just I don't get other. I mean, vodka's okay too, but you like for all of these, you need a mixer. Much the way I need cream and sugar in my coffee to kill the bitterness, I need mixer to kill what alcohol tastes like.
Okay, yeah. Well, there's why I
Mm.
don't really like vodka all that much because it doesn't taste like anything but alcohol, and I just
Well, it's
don't
the
like
same with
that
all the
flavor.
alcohol. I mean, gin tastes like a an air freshener coupled with
Yeah,
alcohol.
Blech.
I
yeah.
mean, what the hell is the appeal of gin? I don't get it.
I like it.
I know what the appeal of gin was originally. It's a clear
Okay,
liquid. They could hide it better than some of the other liquids
yeah, not what I
during
meant though.
Prohibition.
I mean, because you can do the same with vodka. It looks like water. That's not the problem we're having here. The problem is that it doesn't taste good.
Oh no, it doesn't. It tastes absolutely horrid.
Right. So why do people continue to drink it? There's better
I
ways to get
don't know.
fucked up. I'm just saying there's better ways to get fucked up.
Yeah,
Don't
I
well,
mean,
know.
if
that's
that's your
true.
goal,
Well, I just cannot drink anything the way I used to anymore. Um, I drank to the point where some people thought I had a problem when I was in my 20s. But anymore, I forget to drink. I really do. Um,
mm,
I might say,
Ah,
I think I'll have a shot today because I haven't had one in a while. And by the end of the day, it's time to go to bed. And it's, oh, I never really did have that shot today.
see,
Um,
I
for me, it's like I look up on the shelf, I see the Captain Morgan, and I think to myself, huh, I should finish that off someday. There's very little left, and then I just don't wanna. It's not even a matter of I forget. It's a matter of yeah, but I got better alternatives if I want something. I mean, hell, weed is probably better for you than booze.
Probably, yeah. I'm with you on
uh
that.
my thing is called Tornado.
Well,
Okay.
does it get you drunk though?
No, it's a matter of if something happens, he can't drive himself anywhere.
Yeah.
I kind of lost how
Uh
this is related, but all right.
okay, you can't drink and drive.
Yeah.
So I don't drink because if something happens to Tornado, I have to be able to be functionally able to drive.
Actually, don't you just have to be functional enough to dial 911?
That
Sounds like
would be an option, yes, but
Hmm.
we're talking something if something happens in the house, not necessarily an emergency. It's just general if something is needed.
Like what,
tornado
though?
shows up in the room, it's an emergency.
This is
Well,
true.
no, but I mean, I'm trying to picture like what you would
Okay,
need to drive him for
if
that
okay,
wasn't the kind of
say
emergency where you might need an ambulance or something.
uh dog gets sick. Dog gets swallows poison. I have to be able to take the dog to the vet. Tornado breaks
Drinks poison,
something,
yes.
breaks a light, and I don't have any more light bulbs. Have to go to the store, get light bulbs, that kind of thing.
So
It's
not
just
so much time sensitive emergencies then.
no, no. It's more
Okay, see,
along
that's
the
where my
lines.
confusion
Okay,
rested.
yeah, no. It's more along the lines if something happens in the house, I need to run an errand. I need to go do something, whatever.
Yeah,
Somebody has
yeah.
to be able to drive. Yeah.
I have
Is
more or less
is
the
he
same.
like legally incompetent to drive, or does he just not?
He gets too distracted.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be a problem. It would.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I could see him trying to learn to drive, get distracted by something, and plow into somebody.
That's actually kind of half been my problem driving around in Cyberpunk 2077 because as much
Yeah.
as the game is kind of lackluster, and it is, the like Night City where it's set is so fucking pretty. It's a work of art. And
Hmm.
like I just get distracted and the next thing I know I'm smashing into an NPC.
Oh, boy, that's fun.
Well, I mean, it's true though, because like one
Mhm.
feature that I really like in the game is you can hold down the middle mouse button and use the mouse to look around while you're
Yep.
driving. And in
Oh,
first
okay.
person perspective, it really does sort of look like you're inside a damn car, right?
Right.
And the thing is, like, I might be looking at this really cool building off in the distance, and I don't
Plow.
realize there's a stoplight in front of
Oh
me,
yeah.
and so or not realize I'm drifting toward the sidewalk, and the next thing you know, it's vehicular manslaughter. So I mean, you do kind of have to pay a little bit of attention and not get your ass distracted, and I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, I kind of know
Yep.
the feeling about not drinking with the have to drive somewhere and that sort of thing. Because if something happens around here where you need to go somewhere, I can't have the cat drive.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sylvia is really good at stuff, but driving is not one of those things. And
Yeah.
her name is not Toonsis. Okay,
Yes.
Mm.
um, but other than that,
Yeah,
yeah,
I never understood that name. Is that a real name, or did they just make it up? And if they just made it up, what the hell inspired it?
I have no freaking
I
idea.
no clue.
It's just a weird name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
It's like what was that one? Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, where he names Steve Martin Ruprecht, and I'm like, I'm sure that's a real name somewhere. It sounds kind of German, but here in the U.S., it just sounds weird.
Hmm.
Ruprecht. Who the hell would saddle a poor newborn squalling infant with the name Ruprecht?
Oh, I'll tell you, I have no idea where some of the names came from in the 80s and even the 70s. Some of the very very strange names I heard.
Oh gosh.
Hmm. Well, what about the strange names we have now? I mean, Crystal Ball, January Jones. What are these people thinking?
No, I don't think they
uh,
are thinking. That's the problem.
I
Um,
mean, and I've mentioned it before, but I'm still knocked out by the idea that at some point there's going to be some little kid somewhere going, "Mom, are we going to go to Grandma Tiffany's?"
yeah.
Because grandmothers are supposed to be named like Myrtle or Esther. They're not supposed to be named like Buffy.
Dolores.
Right, they're not supposed to be
Dolores.
named like like I don't know, Mitzi or Trixie or some shit. That just doesn't sound right.
Well, I
Mitzi.
actually had a great aunt who was named Mitzi. Um, yeah, she was Austrian. What do we have here?
I hate to say it, Mitzi was the name of my grandma's dog.
Well, then it's
Hello,
so
honey.
good,
How are
especially if it's like a
ya?
poodle. Hello, are you then?
I when I
Oh,
said drink, I just meant a Coke. I went to go get
I
a Coke.
know, I know. I was just giving you some good-natured crap.
I'm
yes.
like Kate though. I don't really I don't really drink. I don't like the taste of alcohol or anything like that. So
Uh-huh.
Well,
Uh,
the thing is, I mean, I used to go to the club and have, like two doubles, and that was it. I'm not sure, like, again, with enough mixer, I enjoyed it, but yeah, straight up alcohol is grody.
well, I also find because I don't like the taste, I end up drinking fruitier drinks, and the more
mhm.
sugar, the worse
Yeah.
the
Oh,
hangover.
yeah.
So no
Oh
matter what, I
yeah.
always feel like shit afterwards. So
And then, of
I'll
course,
drink the occasional glass of wine for the holidays, but that's about it.
yeah,
Well,
for
I mean, that's
me,
another thing is given that alcohol tastes kind of like dookie, I'd
mhm.
rather drink something that's going to get me more fucked up quicker than
Yeah.
I would. That's why I avoid things like wine and beer. It takes so much more to get drunk than it does with a shot.
Yeah,
Those
well, I'm a lightweight, so
when
Ah,
the first time I ever drank, okay, um, it was it's kind of a sad story because it was after I was 15 years old, and two of my friends had just died in a car accident a couple weeks before, and I was like,
Oh,
my.
yay.
my parents they didn't really drink back then, but they had bottles of alcohol that they'd had for like years that they kept
Oh
downstairs
boy.
in a cabinet.
Ooh, this sounds
And like
familiar.
our parents are so much alike. Um, but so I went and I looked for the one with the, the highest proof. I'd never drank before, had no idea that how bad the
Oh.
taste was. Kentucky
Oh.
Straight Bourbon Whiskey,
Oh
and
geez.
Oh,
it was like
yay.
I can't remember the proof, but it was really, really high. So I attempted to drink it and almost vomited. So I spent the night mixing it with Pepsi, which is weird because I never had Pepsi. I've always drank Coke, but I had Pepsi that night for some reason. And Pringles sour cream and onion. I would like mix the
Ugh.
Pringles and then drink the mix really fast. Like yeah, it was bad.
Ugh,
It was
that
not a
sounds
good
I
idea.
don't
horrific.
know. I just don't know here.
That just sounds absolutely foul.
Yeah,
I
it was
mean,
awful.
I know I've told the story about when I had my first drink, the time when I had, what was it, like 15 shots and was barely buzzed. My tolerance was insane.
Wow.
But then the night of the 7 shots of Everclear and it went away.
Ugh.
Yeah, very well went away. No, I
I
remember
really
the.
wish I hadn't been crushing on Erica at the time because I never would have drunk that much.
Uh huh. No,
You
I
know.
remember the basement cabinet. Oh yeah, the
Hmm.
MSB had a cabinet downstairs with all sorts of alcohols in it, and it had gin and it had vermouth, and I could mix one hell of a martini when I was 13. Uh,
I've heard that
Well,
from
I
some
suppose that's
people.
part of it is just my parents really weren't drinkers. Like if they brought some booze home, it was like a remarkable event. There was probably something going on, like a dinner party or some crap. We just
okay.
didn't have stray alcohol in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even if I'd been inspired to drink any, I wouldn't have had access. So
Now,
Hmm.
I always looked forward to getting a cold because when you had a cold, you got a shot of blackberry brandy. And yeah, I know
Huh.
Really?
it was traditional, to open up the sinuses or whatever the hell it was. But
Right.
yeah, I liked that blackberry brandy. That I believe it was Paramount brand.
Hmm.
Um,
See, I always got Dimetap, that really bad. I used to like the taste of grape flavored stuff until I like
Ugh.
the Dimetap just ruined that for me.
okay.
yeah,
Grape flavored stuff is nasty.
I was like the taste of cough medicine despite the booze mahal in it. I didn't know it was alcoholic at all. I just knew there was something in it that tasted weird that made it feel like I was breathing backward, if that makes any sense.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Okay.
Oh my, oh my.
Mm.
And the interesting thing is, now I never got in there to sample any of it, but the MSB would always get Babka a fifth of rock and rye as a Christmas present every year. And it
I've
That
heard
was,
was
horrible
one thing.
things
We
about
never had
rye.
rye in our house. I didn't know rye existed until I started watching Mad Men.
oh, I love
Oh,
rye. I dearly love rye, almost as much as I like scotch.
well, there was this absolutely terrible PC game. It was a sequel to the Zork series, but
Oh, yeah.
CD-ROMs had just come out. And so rather than being text adventure, it was a lot of like really bad green screen video.
Oh
And
boy.
there was this one character. His whole thing was like he was one of those country porch drunk dudes, like the old guy with the banjo types.
Yeah.
And like for some reason he was always offering you some of his booze, and the way he would do it was, want some rye, course you do, like that.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's, I don't know why that stuck in my memory. I think it was that there was someone in my school who had played the game and like kept quoting it at me for some reason because he knew I had played it.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I'm pretty much out of Booza Mahal here, and I don't know. I'm really not all that what's the word for it? I'm not running to the booze store to replace it at this point.
Not all that brokenhearted about it.
There you go. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, if I brought booze into the house, I'd hear about it for ages from Tornado.
Well, I'm
So
not
what
out
is-
of weed exactly, but my tolerance is up, so I have to lay off it for a while.
My tolerance is up for the weed right now, so I
You
hate when that
wished. Good
happens.
morning.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Now,
The effect is just so much less right now.
so is
And I don't know. I mean, like I was smoking it all last night, well, vaping it all last night through Quiplash, and it was just barely affecting
Yeah.
me.
I got this stuff that was literally, it's the best stuff I've ever gotten for my pain before. It doesn't give you like the munchies. It doesn't give you, you're not like paranoid or anything. It just works for the pain because you can't get like actual real medical marijuana here in Georgia.
I'd
Talked
like
about
some of
before.
that.
Is it CBD or
No, it's really, somebody sent it to me from one of the states that,
okay.
but it really is like, tried so many different strains. This is the absolute best. Diana, actually,
Do
if
you know
you
the
want
name
some,
of it?
I have it. It's on the box that it came in. So
Yeah,
I will spend
I'm
that.
still like figuring out what the different strains even mean. Like I see Kush a lot, I see OG a lot. I'm not really sure what that does as far as like how it affects you. You know,
I've also read that the whole indica, sativa, or whatever, the two kinds, they actually don't matter. They're really pretty much the same. So
I've had different experiences on them though.
Okay.
Like the indica tends to make me like more sort of introspective, where the sativa actually makes me a little enthusiastic.
There's times when you talk about introspective, I will, smoke a little and then I'll watch a TV show and it'll be so ridiculous to me, just like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but like I'll pull apart the whole thing more than I usually do because I kind of do anyway. But I get super, I guess, introspective about the shows I'm watching and how ridiculous it is that they're actors here pretending to be people. It just becomes so crazy to me. I don't know why.
Okay.
That's the weird weed.
Well, I mean, it is an interesting like thing that we do fiction. I mean, I wonder like if we met some intelligent alien species, would they have fiction necessarily? Would they understand why we enjoy it even? I mean, that's the basis for at least 2 sci-fi movies I can think of.
But it's an interesting part of anthropology, actually, that it's our desire to make up these stories and share these stories is a way of us as a society kind of connecting with each other and share. It's a form of art that shares ourselves with other people and to create kind of a society in and of itself. So
I just like living vicariously through the characters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that is a lot of the appeal. It's like I'll never go on a really rockin' space adventure, and I know it, but that doesn't. I mean, but I still want to, and so I love Star Wars and Babylon 5, and maybe to a lesser degree Star Trek, and to a greater degree than Star Trek Farscape, and and the original Battlestar Galactica. I'm sorry. As much as I'm an atheist, I definitely prefer my Space Mormons.
Yeah, I was going to bring up Space Mormons. I was amazed that you had not touched on them yet.
Well, I was getting there.
Wait, why are they Space Mormons? I don't think I know.
Oh, have you never watched the original Battlestar Galactica, the one from like 1978?
Oh, no, I've just seen the new ones.
Okay, because it like the dude who made it, who created the show, who also incidentally created like the A-Team and Knight Rider, it was like a weapons grade Mormon. And so in the original Battlestar Galactica is all of this thinly disguised Mormon lore.
Yep.
Wow. I guess I need to go back and look.
It's friggin' hilarious when you know. Like if you're not a Mormon, I think a lot of the references will just go straight past you.
Yeah.
You know, but if you are a Mormon, it's like serious dog whistle here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I learned some interesting facts about cats today, and since I give you guys shit about cats so much, I thought I would share.
Do
Well-
you? I hadn't noticed.
Because, I mean, I'm the dog person. I've got my.
I have a dog and cats.
Dogs are terrifying.
My dog
I
is,
have I have a
scary
big
looking
dog.
and sounding, but she's very sweet. So,
Shut up.
Well, I have my excuse. I got to watch a double mauling of toddlers when I was a toddler. So, a
Oh,
little
wow.
on the frightened side.
Oh,
I got
hi,
bit
Smidge.
by a dog, one of my friend's dogs. I was like trying to give it a kiss, and it bit me like this. It chipped my bottom tooth. I
There's
have
my
a scar
buddy.
here and a scar, like just like this dimple right here.
Okay, you need
where
to
it
move,
bit me.
cat. Come on,
Could have been a lot worse.
Smudge.
But
Go.
anyway,
Go.
so cats
Go.
are
Yes, cats.
domestic house cats are actually the sixth best
Come on.
or most successful hunters in the world.
Oh yeah.
And there's a type of cat in that's very much like a domestic cat, but it's wild in Africa. That's the second best.
Yeah.
Only after there's some kind of wild dog or something. What was it, Diana?
Yeah. I think is it the sand cat? That's the really
something
really
like
good
that.
hunter. Yeah.
Like it's not
Yes.
a big cat. It's one of the small. It's still
It's
one
a
of the
very
smaller
tiny
cats, but-
cat.
There's my
yes.
cat.
I mean,
But the
Sylvia
thing
would be
is-
larger than one of these cats.
That cats, especially like house cats, they don't hunt to eat. They hunt for fun. In fact, cats tend to be better at hunting when they're full because it's just entertainment to them.
Yes.
The thing is that they keep the rodent population down. Like if there weren't cats, there would be literally we would be buried in fucking rats.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Yes.
just realized that. So
Yeah. It's
I
how the
had
Egyptians
a-
made it from day to day.
Well, I mean,
had
like all those cats that were eating the rats that were spreading the Black Plague, you
Yeah.
know.
mhm.
See,
Oh,
I
dear.
had I lived in an old farmhouse that
Ooh.
didn't have
Barn
a
ki-
furnished basement. It had a two of the walls were concrete, the other two were dirt.
Oh, I know houses
So-
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the mice would burrow through the dirt into the basement
Mhm.
and then get into the underside of the ceiling and chew up through the ceiling of the basement
Mhm.
and get in the house. And just they'd get behind the cabinets and burrow into the cabinets, and I had to have a cat
Yeah.
because I
yeah.
would be sitting there at my desk and I would see 3 mice on my desk.
Were they blind?
No, God, no.
They
Um,
actually just in Chicago, they just sent out a bunch of feral cats in order to reduce
the
the rat
mice,
population because
yeah.
it's getting so bad in Chicago. So
Rats
Oh, my.
are horrible. A basic rat in Missouri nose to tail.
oh god damn.
Mm.
It probably
From-
weigh
and-
what,
and-
6 or 7 pounds.
They're about this big around,
Ugh.
and the jaws literally are like this. This is the lower jaw. This is the upper jaw.
Yeah, I've seen actual
And
rat skulls like that.
Female rats can lay 2 or 3 litters. I think it is every 9 months, and they have between 2 and 8 babies.
That's a
usually
lot.
closer to
I'm going to
8.
say it. That's too many.
It is.
Yeah.
And if they don't have enough food,
They eat the babies? Do they eat the babies?
yes, they will eat the babies if
Yeah.
they don't have enough food, or the babies will eat each other.
Mhm.
Oh,
So,
God.
but the
Animals are weird.
biggest issue people don't realize with mice when they're in your home is they shit in the walls.
Oh yes.
And they
Oh,
pee
yes.
in the walls, and then
Yes.
they walk through it.
They use their urine to communicate with each
Yes.
other.
And
And they
they-
also just piss everywhere.
every
but-
step they take, they are spreading that urine and shit across your
every
cabinets
move
and
they
counters.
make, they're watching you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
She beat
yeah.
me to it.
It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
I had when I was living in Connecticut, we lived out in like the country, and I
Mhm.
parked my car right next, like it was at the top of the driveway, but it was next to like the stream. It was kind of a little wooded area, and
Mhm.
I ended up getting mice in my car,
Oh
and they
my.
were like they started chewing on one of the carpets, the passenger side carpet. So I didn't know what to do, and I went through this whole thing where like I got glue traps and I caught one, but then I couldn't kill it, and it's just like stuck to the
Stuck.
glue trap, and I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
know what to do, and like it was awful. So then I got regular traps, and
Oh,
one of them it sprayed just blood and brains all over my car.
Yes, yes.
it's yes. There
But it was
is
fun.
even humane traps can kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had box traps to try and control them. I had I can't tell you the number of as I almost lose my cheese. I'd be sitting in the living room in the old farmhouse and I'd hear snap, 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 snap. And I knew that 4 of the mouse traps had caught mice. And it was I finally got a cat. Uh yeah, his name was Smokey. He was one of those steel gray blue cats.
Oh, yeah.
Um and he was just a pale blue gray. And the first night he was in the house, and this is how I know about rats, he caught a pregnant rat.
Ooh.
And he was 5.5 months old. So the rat was as big as he was.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
And
Well, you
this
know, I've
is,
told the story about the bunny that was under my bed.
yeah, but this was the only time that he has ever left a carcass to be found.
Hmm.
And the next morning I got up because we heard him chasing this rat through the house. Next morning I got up and he started pacing in my feet, in between my feet, going meow, 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 meow. And then he went back towards the laundry room, and I go to see what's going on because he won't leave me alone. And there's this rat laid out between the sun porch and the laundry room.
Okay.
So I had to get rid of it. And then after that, we never saw a single carcass, but the and mouse population in my house significantly decreased.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Well, you know, I live in a fairly deserty climate, and
Mhm.
so we do have pest problems here. One of the big ones is roaches.
yes. Oh,
We have a bit of a problem with roaches because really I only ever vape.
Uh-huh.
No, the truth is there is a bug problem here, and
Oh,
I
I
think
hate
I know how
roaches.
they got in. Because I have this screen door, and it slides, so it doesn't actually have like a top and a bottom. Really, it like
Mhm.
the top and the bottom are completely open. And I only
Yeah.
found that out because Xander got out when he was little. I
Right.
used to love leaving that thing open because Columbia likes to look at outside. She would like just sack out looking at the world, you know? But I think that's how the roaches got in. And I'm starting to be able to deal with them, but I still might need an exterminator because I think they're breeding faster than I can kill them.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah.
they
Yeah.
do.
You have
Yeah. Well,
roaches.
there's these like traps where it doesn't kill them. Instead, it like infects them with something, so it's supposed to kill the nest, but it's really not working that well.
Oh, we
Uh-huh.
have that for ants. Like for some reason, like the ants are so bad around here, and we have the red ants too, but the regular ants are the ones like they'll come up. Um, Angel and I live on the second floor, and they'll come up underneath the stairs somehow, and then I'll go out. I'll like walk out the door one day, and I'll see a line of them, like, and I'll think it's just dirt or something. It's just a fucking thick ass line
Where do you
of ants
live?
in Georgia.
Yep. Those are
But
sugar ants,
we
probably.
have this stuff that it attracts them, and it has pheromones that attracts them, and they take it back to the queen, and it kills them all, and it actually does work. Within 24 hours they're just all gone. So
Well, they're easy to identify these ants though because they do tend to march 2 by 2.
see, but
Um,
you have roaches. We have fucking palmetto bugs, which are just
yes.
huge roaches with wings. Yeah, they're
Mm.
goddamn. Oh my god, we don't really get them in the house sometimes. Like if the window's open, one or two will just get in and die right there.
I
But
live in Florida.
yeah, see,
I
there you
live in
go.
Florida. And the other day I was cleaning Stinker Here's litter box, and I saw something out of the corner of my eye. I turn around and look, and there's this palmetto bug going upside down, just trying to squirrel its way across the floor. It's like,
Oh
oh,
my.
the sucker's this big. But
Yeah.
I can handle palmetto bugs. I lived in Okinawa.
Okay.
Kamikaze roaches.
Well, you know,
They
That's
are
terrible.
they are
Kinda racist.
cockroaches. They are cockroaches.
Jesus Christ!
I swear to
no, thank
God, they
you.
are that long. And you cannot, they warn you when you go there in the military, do not spray them with insecticide because all of them fly and they are hive minded, and you spray one and you have 12 dive bombing you.
Oof.
fun.
And they are immune to the pesticides thanks to too much of it being sprayed
Mhm.
and radiation effects.
Oh yeah,
From
can't forget
the
that
bomb.
from Hiroshima.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
the worst pests I've ever had to deal with were teeny tiny though, because when I lived in Tucson, we had the bark scorpions, which are like this
Oh,
big, but they're
yeah.
also tan in color.
Oh
And our
my.
fucking carpet was the same color as them.
Oh,
And
lovely.
that shit hurts. I had the one time I got stung by it was actually I had ankle surgery, and it was literally the day I got my cast off. I'm going to bed to shut off the light. I turn around and step with that foot onto one of the scorpions,
Oh yeah.
and it
Oh.
felt like it was like such a searing pain. But you know how like you get stung by a bee, it just hurts for a little bit, and then it's just kind of sore afterwards.
Yeah.
For 4 fucking hours after I got stung, it felt like I had just been stung. Like it was that
Ugh.
same searing pain consistently for 4 hours. It was fucking awful. So those were
Ugh.
One thing we also have here is cicada. Now, I say cicada and not cicadas because I'm convinced it's only one. And it like in summertime, because when it's cold out, it buggers off. But when it's
Oh, yeah.
warm out and like the sun is down at all, it's just cheap, 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 cheap. And it doesn't sound like more than one. It sounds like one of them doing it. It does not sound like there's more than one there because you can't hear a chorus of any kind. All you can hear is cheap, cheap, cheap. It sounds like one.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now what?
I don't know what's up. It's just wow.
now,
The
what-
first time I ever came across cicadas when I worked for NASA, I worked in Iowa, and it was one of those because they're like 7 years that they come out from underground. There was just like a litter of their carcasses or whatever
Yeah.
they pull off, like just all over the ground. It was super gross, and that was the first time I'd
Yeah.
ever come across
They're,
it.
cicadas are a locust type bug.
yeah.
Uh, and they do on certain ones only come out every 7 years, and it's really weird. We had them in Missouri, and they wouldn't go on the ground; they were in the trees. So you'd be walking through a tree, and you'd see the sun flash would flash off the shell, and you'd think it was one of them because they have these bright red eyes,
Yeah.
just the creepiest bright red
Mhm.
eyes.
Now, aren't we supposed to be this year at the 17-year cycle
For
for,
locusts
is it locust or
or
cicada?
grasshoppers, I don't remember.
Um,
Oh,
Uh,
it was 17 years. I thought it was 7. Yeah, I don't fucking know.
well, there are,
Well,
I
no,
think,
certain
3 or
types.
4 different types. Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
they have different breeding cycles so that they don't overwhelm.
Well, you know, gosh, was it last? No, it was like 2 years ago. I was walking home from Balboa Park, and there was this gigantic cloud of, I assume they were bees, but they might have been wasps or hornets. I mean, like gigantic, like do not walk through here because everything you can see beyond that spot looks darker than everything around it. That's how many bees there were.
That was a swarm. They were
Yep.
looking for a new hive.
but they were not like attacking people. They were sticking in one spot more or less. So
They
who
were.
knows? Maybe they had found their hive
It's
and were
possible.
celebrating. I don't know.
Okay,
Um.
I had a look just with the Google stuff, and I guess the 13 and 17-year periodical cicadas are um, supposed to be emerging right about now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But no. What I always found interesting when we were living in Okinawa was the walking sticks.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah,
Hmm.
Uh,
they're fun.
they were as long as my arm,
Hmm.
one arm, huge walking sticks, and you'd be looking at them thinking they were a branch off of a tree stuck on your door until you got close enough and you saw the antenna going woo. Tell the cicadas to shut up.
I
So,
have to admit that there would be a lot of pests,
mm-hmm.
on that boat if he saved every damn thing.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine the fleas problem.
Mm.
Okay.
In fact, I'm willing to bet there were more than 2 fleas on that boat if there were any.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I just love Ken
Noah's Magic
Ham.
Zoo boat.
Yeah, I love him and his boat-shaped building, and he's always all over Twitter with his 18 or 19 posts. The same 18 or 19 posts every week. I mean,
Well, it's like a lot of people do that shit. I mean, there's this one guy that I don't know what happened. I thought I was following him, but now I'm not. Where, like, almost his entire output was him retweeting himself from years ago.
uh-huh, okay. It sounds like Ham.
Well, it wasn't. This was actually someone technically on my side politically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. I talk about Ham. I'd almost like to see a protest this year, but I don't think. Even if we get the all clear, I mean, just the logistics of getting it together. Darn it.
What's the point of an ARC protest anyway? Like, is there a reason to do it other than telling people it's BS?
Well, one of the problems is the state money that went into helping build that thing.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good reason to protest.
Mm. Oh, okay. Greg can hardly hear me. Well, we'll take care of that, honey. Um,
I think maybe he was saying it was a good thing.
okay. You never know. He could be. If there's anything in the world that drives me nuts, it's the AGC on this thing. I can't seem to turn it off. Darn it.
The hell's AGC?
Automatic
Oh,
aim
automatic
control.
aim control.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It took me a sec. There was actually something that went across Twitter recently where it was like IDGAFITCDCSIO, something like that.
That
And the
one.
more I was looking at it, the
Yeah.
more I was like, I know what this says. It says, I don't give a fuck if the CDC says it's okay. I'm still wearing my mask or something. But it was this
Yes.
acronym that went on for like 11, 12 letters. It was crazy
Yes.
pants.
Uh-huh. Oh man, I tell you.
I'm not a big fan of them coming out of the gate and saying, oh, you don't have to wear your mask anymore. I mean, I get why, but there's just too many people that are going to use that. Like, they're going to move on from the I'm medically exempt from wearing a mask to just saying, oh, I'm vaccinated when they're not.
Right. And the thing is,
That worries me.
the last number I saw was 34 or 35% of U.S. adults were fully vaccinated. That's, in my mind, is not enough for a herd immunity,
No.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
We haven't gotten
even if
ours
it was,
yet.
what's hilarious though is there's a lot of right wingers now who are wearing masks in protest.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
right.
not even kidding. That's the silliest thing. I mean, whatever
Okay, then
gets
there
them
you go.
doing it, but they're so contrary minded that they're now wearing masks to defy the very like take your mask off mandate that they've been demanding. It's hilariously funny that they're doing the right thing out of spite.
Well,
Yeah.
isn't there some concern with the vaccine and infertility or erectile
Oh,
dysfunction
did
and
you
some
see?
more?
No, no, no. There's
Well,
that
okay, there
fucking
probably is, but they need it the
chiropractor.
fuck up.
That chiropractor guy that posted that thing about how he won't, if you're vaccinated, he won't let you in and he
Oh,
won't treat
right,
you
right.
because he won't let you near the women in his office because the vaccinated people are fucking up their cycle. He's like, you know,
They're what?
80% of the women in that work for me, and he's got this tiny little chiropractor office. He's probably like two people working for him anyway. He's like,
What does
well,
he think
their
people will
cycles have
sweat
been messed up
vaccine?
since they've been around vaccinated people, so he won't allow.
Oh my
Do they
God.
think
What
people
a
are sweating vaccine or something?
Boy,
He just says
boy.
you have to stand near them, and like I don't know exactly like fucking okay. First of all, he's a chiropractor. Stop calling yourself a doctor. You're not a goddamn doctor. You're a fucking quack, whatever. But like
Right.
I have no idea. Somehow, just being in the vicinity, if a woman is in the vicinity of someone that has gotten the vaccine, it will fuck up their cycle and cause infertility. That's what he's saying.
Well, what you've done is
okay.
you've transmitted a virus via that 5G that is now coursing through your body, and
Exactly.
it uploads into their uteruses, their uteri, and you know,
That's such a
Okay, so
prevalent
what does
joke.
that mean for us women who have been vaccinated?
well, you're not having
We're
another
fucked.
tornado, is what it means.
No, the whole 5G
Well,
thing is
wait a
such a
minute. She might
prevalent
not
joke
complain
that
about that.
Well, but
literally
I'm saying,
everybody I know that's gotten the second shot, that's the first thing they've said to me. It's like, I got the 5G now.
yeah, I'm still waiting for those
Uh,
mutant powers to manifest, and
Mhm.
I'm waiting
Mm.
for the website to come up where I can track my own movements. You know.
Well, gee, I'm still
I
waiting
just
for my mother to have irradiated me after having uh, cancer radiation treatments.
I just
okay,
want to
then.
know like what the like they think that the vaccine is like made to hurt people like but why? Like why? Why do they
Well,
think this? It makes no
because
sense.
because government bad is why. You know, they're like, well, anything that will be done like this, where a it's mandated, and right away I'm running away from that shit. But even if it isn't, um, they're like, well, you know, I don't want to be made to do anything. That seems to
Yeah,
be the
yeah.
biggest objection. That uncle that I have that is like weirdly
Oh,
right wing
him.
and listening to PragerU.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I mean, his whole thing seems to be, you can't tell me what to do. And that seems to be the same thing
Yeah.
for a lot of right wingers, is they just don't want to be told this is what you really ought to be doing, even if it's for the good of
Unless
everybody else. They just
unless
don't want to be
you're
told what
pregnant,
to do.
Yeah.
unless you're pregnant, then they're going to tell you what to do with your body.
Oh,
So,
shit,
Well,
yes.
yes, but they
Hmm.
already agree with the thing you're quote unquote supposed to do, so they're okay with it. You know, I mean, that's one of the things that I keep trying to explain to my left wing friends. Is that the right wing is the living embodiment of the ends justifying the means. They don't care how they get there. They just want to get to where they want to get.
yeah.
And it doesn't matter who they hurt in the process.
Right. Well, as I was telling somebody yesterday on the twatters, we've got a lot more 4-year-olds here in the U.S. than we have people who were born 4 years ago, and they're not thinking of anybody besides themselves when they go about whatever it is they go about.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually on Twitter recently. I was like telling someone, why am I an atheist, a better Christian than you? Have you no sense of personal sacrifice for the greater good? And the answer is no, they fucking don't. I mean,
Hmm.
like, well, they wouldn't engage with me on that point. They like refused. They acted like
Of
I'd never
course.
said it. And I thought that was both pathetic and hilarious, to be perfectly honest.
Well, at least they know that they're painting themselves into a corner if they do engage. I mean, that
Well, yeah.
gives you an idea that they've got some sense of what they're doing wrong. But the bad part about it is they know what they're doing wrong, but they're still doing it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know if they really necessarily know they're doing something wrong. I mean, I know a lot of times when I get cagey online, it's because I sense someone is trying to slow walk me to a conclusion. Where I'm like, you have ulterior motives with your line of questioning here. You're trying to
Mhm.
get me to say something that I can't, that you won't let me walk back later when you misinterpret it. And so I'm
Right.
not playing along now until
Okay.
you clarify exactly what the fuck you mean.
Okay.
But
Right.
the more I do that, the more they like clam up because they're like, look, why aren't you putting your head in my trap? And I'm like, why would I? I don't
Right.
know.
And
Well,
while,
okay,
you
Robbie,
know,
you take care.
I try not to um, force my religious opinion on others
Mm.
because
Thank
it's
you.
just,
Thank you. And
um,
it's
you
something that
know,
has not gone unnoticed. Let's put it that way.
well, and everybody's entitled to how they feel.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe in God, that's fine. That's your personal preference. I
Okay.
don't see where I have to pound into your head that my belief says this person exists. And even though I can't prove he exists, that's
Mm-hmm.
my personal beliefs.
Sure. Yeah.
And you are entitled to your personal beliefs. So
Mm-hmm.
why can't we all just live together happily in harmony?
What I
Because a
care.
lot of people's personal beliefs are that everyone else has to like conform to their idea of how to live. I mean, that's the problem is their beliefs say a lot
Mhm.
of things about other people's behavior and
Yes.
they want to
Well,
enforce it.
but
And I'm saying no.
well, that's what I'm saying. I don't believe I have the right to enforce what my beliefs say you should behave as on you.
Thank
You are
you.
not me.
Yeah. Thank you.
You are entitled to your own beliefs. And of course, that probably makes me a bad Christian, but you know,
There are some who
uh,
will say that. Yes.
mhm. But it also said I was raised by my mom's golden rule of treat others as you want to be treated.
Mm.
And if I want people to respect my beliefs, then I need to respect their beliefs.
Mm.
I always had a hard time with the whole concept of treat others the way you want to be treated. And I'm like, no, I want to be treated the way I want to be treated, and other people don't want to be treated the same way. So why would I treat other people the way I want to be treated? I should treat other people the way they want to be treated.
Oh yeah, I see where you're coming
Mhm.
from. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I always bristled a little at the concept because it just didn't make sense to me.
Well, I mean, if there is somebody out there you don't know how they want to be treated, a good rule of thumb might be, well, okay, maybe this person is kind of like me until I find out otherwise.
But I mean, I'd rather someone who's like weapons grade religious, it doesn't matter how, didn't treat me the way they wanted to be treated because they would treat me in an extraordinarily homophobic fashion. Because if they were gay, they'd be ashamed of it
Yeah.
and they would be hiding it, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm like, I don't want that person treating me the way they want to be treated.
Well,
Well,
no, I see
okay.
where you're
I
coming from.
understand where you're
Yeah.
coming from, but
Yeah.
I'm not that wasn't how I meant it, but okay.
Oh, I know. I
Yeah,
know.
it's just I don't
Let
know.
me
It's always
rephrase it.
bothered me. That's
Treat
all I'm saying.
people with kindness and respect and treat them as an individual as you want to be an individual and don't force your opinions on them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's why lately I've been putting it as treat other people in a neighborly fashion. But it's also what I always meant when I said share and play nicer with the other kids.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
Oh,
we were taught that you don't treat people in a bad way. You know, being mean to people is not respectable. It's not polite. Um, and my mom firmly taught us that, people are entitled to their own orientation, race, religion, creed, whatever. And we're not supposed to enforce our opinions of those on them.
It's an interesting thing. There are those out there who will say that they are doing, say, Kate and me and others like us a favor by giving us a hard time about our sexuality or about my gender,
No,
that sort of
they're
thing.
not.
But do they truly believe that? That's where I was headed. I don't know if they truly believe that or not.
What, that
Some
they're doing us a favor?
Right.
Because I think that some of them are using religion as an excuse,
They are.
as a way to justify the bullshit they pull.
That's
You know.
mostly what I'm tempted to believe, and I'm trying.
Oh,
to
I
find,
wholeheartedly believe that.
yeah, I'm trying to find a.
There are people out there who just hate anything they don't consider normal. And they will use their religious beliefs as an excuse. Don't doubt. Don't doubt that they do.
Oh,
They do.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it is one of the most horrific things. Sorry, my neighbors are being assholes.
The heck is that?
That
It
is a
sounds like
car.
construction.
Okay.
That is
So-
either.
I
I
couldn't
believe
tell if
that's-
it was a car or a chainsaw.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
it sounded
it's a
to
car.
be like construction.
No, it's a car.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
yeah, I hear it now.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's struggling to start.
Mm-mm. It started.
I don't know. I heard that weird grinding.
Yeah,
Farming.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
So-
have what are they? Racing cars.
Oh,
Street
muscle
legal-
car.
Muscle car. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. And
Oh.
they rev it and work on it. And, they also have motorcycles here. It's the weekends are horrible.
You know, one problem I have with the idea of being tolerant of other people's beliefs is that so many of those beliefs involve people having their own facts. And
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Yeah.
It's like you can believe whatever the hell you like, but if it's in contrary to reality, I'm gonna start
these are the-
thinking no.
These are the same people that always say facts don't care about your feelings. It's
Yeah.
like-
Well, a lot of people say that.
So
Yeah.
stupid. We're talking about
Mhm.
cars. My Angel's about to get his license, so he's been looking at cars to get.
Oh, I am
and
so
he's
sorry for you.
obsessed. Yeah, I know. I don't like. I have a problem with driving especially teenagers. Because I told you that story about earlier, the friends that I had that died in a car accident.
Teenagers are crazy.
It was actually 3 because 6 months before those two, I had another friend, and I came from like a tiny town in Connecticut, so it was yeah. But anyway, so him getting his license, I fucking hate it. I hate it so much. But he's obsessed with this. He found this car. I think it's just this little like 1995 Honda, but it's painted as the Arizona iced tea, like the teal with the cherry
okay,
blossoms. It's
yeah.
actually kind of pretty, but he's totally obsessed with it.
Well, there was a I wish I could remember the name of it, but there was this like sort of mini Jeep thing from the 90s that for some reason always fascinated me, and I don't know why.
Suzu?
I think it was the Amigo. I'm not sure.
The
But
Isuzu radio.
or no, it was the Geo Tracker. That was it.
Oh God, I remember the Geo Tracker. Oh,
And I don't know. There's something about it that's really cute, even if it does sort of look like Barbie's first Jeep or something. You know, it really does. It looks like a toy. It totally does. Here,
Okay.
have a look.
With a word of advice about this car. Oh my God! Wow,
Right?
that is like
I
hideous.
kind of want one, but they don't make them anymore. And I'm
Right.
sure because it was the 90s, I'm sure that they are like really broken down, the ones that are left. So
Yeah.
buying one used is probably a terrible idea, but darn it, I wanted one.
Yeah,
But
it's not every 30-year-old car that survives the trip.
right.
Yeah.
Word of advice for Angel: before he buys this car, if it's up for sale, he needs to take it to a mechanic and have them do a full inspection on it.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to get, obviously, he's not going to get this one. Kate, I'm going to send you the picture of one of the cars so you can show it. I can't do the sharing screen thing. But no, he's like, every car he picks out, like, he had this one that was like, it was like $5,000 for this like 1992 car with nearly 1,000,000 miles on it. It wasn't even a good car.
my.
Don't even buy it.
So
Yeah, it's
he's like, I
not.
don't understand
It's like,
about
we even get
mileage and
parts.
shit. What, Kate?
Can you even get parts if it breaks down?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
exactly.
I love that one. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh man! The other thing, when I was younger, high school age, the guys at the school would love to buy crap cars and then jack them up.
Mm.
So they had these cars that really shouldn't have been on the street by the time they got through with them. But they sure sounded loud, and they could go 0 to 60 in 3 milliseconds.
Mm-hmm.
See, the big thing when I was growing up was the stereo systems, especially
Oh
in my
yes.
stupid little friend group. Like my first boyfriend was actually an audio, like a car audio installer, and they had like the place that they worked, like the cool car audio place was called Boomer McLeod, and like people would actually go and hang out there. It was fucking ridiculous. So everybody would have these like super cheap ass cars that like they paid almost nothing for, but they would throw thousands of dollars in stereo equipment into it. It's fucking ridiculous.
With the
I'm
huge
so sick and tired
speakers.
of the people where, like, they're driving by and all you can hear is
The
speakers are
bass
that loud.
speakers.
Oh,
yes.
I get that in
It's
this
just, I mean,
neighborhood.
because they literally rattle my windows going by.
I just think that's really rude. Like if you're out on the highway or whatever, fine, like turn it up. But especially if you're like in a neighborhood at 2 o'clock in the morning,
Right.
and you know this shit is fucking making somebody's house shake. Come on, like, and I know that makes me sound old, but that always pissed me off.
Well,
Like, it's just I don't like rude people pissing me off.
Oh no.
I don't know how these guys are at death by now. I mean, really?
Well, maybe they are. Maybe that's why it's so loud.
Yeah, it could be.
Last night, my neighbors down the street were playing music until 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm trying to sleep, and I've got my windows open because it's nice and cool, and I can hear their fucking music all night long. And it's like, oh my god, people!
Was it even something you liked?
No.
So every now and then I discover people that I didn't know were real because I thought they only existed in like movies or professional rap groups or some shit. But it's one of those dudes where his entire mouth, all of his teeth have been replaced by gold. I didn't know people really did that.
There are many
I thought
people.
That was just a like, something that stars did. I didn't know real people did that.
There are quite a few people here that have done that. And what I want to know, are they going to run into problems with that in a few years?
Well, what I want to know is it permanent? Is it caps? What is it?
I don't know.
Did they literally replace each tooth, or did they have something?
No, I think because they always look bigger. So I'm pretty sure they're caps.
Yeah, the impression I get is that it's a one-piece something. I don't know, however, if it is
gold
something.
dentures.
I was going to say, I don't know if it's like dentures or if it's this wall of gold that is permanently installed into the mouth or something like that.
It's just so fucked up. Why do people do that? Is it like what is it? Is it just an ostentatious display of wealth? Is that the only thing that they're doing?
It could be.
I had braces in fucking high school, okay? Oof. I'm sorry, but that shit just looks like braces to me, and it's not.
Yeah, it's ugly.
It's
well, it's funny because my parents were told by like 3 or 4 dentists that I needed braces. But it turns out they were all like paying for Maseratis because I never had braces. And have you noticed any of my teeth out of place?
No, not at all.
Right. So I mean,
They pretty much
they
say
they
that about all
eventually
kids.
found a dentist who said, "What are you nuts? Your kid doesn't need braces." You
No.
know, but it was like this weird chase around the Burlington area of like, can I find a dentist who's not a money grubbing bastard?
Yeah. No, like the way that I remember my parents paying for it, it was a certain amount a month. So the longer you had them, the more they were going to pay out. And I'm pretty sure I had them for 3 fucking years, which is way too. My teeth weren't even like were barely. I think I had a little bit of an overbite. That was it. But it was a long fucking time, and I just remember like why? Why did that happen? And it was obvious when I got older that it was just about the money. So.
Yeah.
Didn't they have to do a lot of adjustments as you were growing?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Ugh.
They get in there with
that's something I've wondered about. What does it feel like having braces? I mean, not just the sensation of having the physical things on your teeth. I mean, like do they occasionally tighten it like some
Yes,
sort
they
of?
do. Yes.
Can
you
I
first
finish
get it
the
on-
goddamn sentence?
No.
So, like some sort of weird
Shut up.
Spanish Inquisition torture or something is where I was going. If you people let me finish.
Yes, I have been told that they would have a key of some sort.
Okay,
that there was
guys.
something, and they would turn the key and tighten these braces.
Oh,
One of my cousins and my sister had to have braces. My sister was an interesting case. Her milk teeth did not dissolve the way milk teeth are supposed to. She did not lose her teeth when the adult teeth came in. So she had a set of teeth behind the original set of teeth. And that was
yes.
yeah,
Kitty.
we're going to have to do a
Now,
lot of work
now,
on you.
Real
All
quick,
right.
when you say milk teeth, are you talking about baby
No.
teeth or is that something else entirely?
No, baby teeth. Yeah, that's milk teeth.
Okay,
is
because
the
I've
term.
never in my entire life heard them called milk teeth. That's
Angel
a new one on
actually
me.
had the kind of this. He had one of his baby teeth
Yeah.
that just didn't come out, and the other one came in front of it. And actually, like his teeth are almost perfectly straight, but that baby tooth kind of got pushed behind, and they literally tried to pull it out, and they couldn't. They had to use some kind of laser to get it
Oh,
out.
wow.
And I
Oh,
remember
wow.
the dentist being super excited about getting the laser out. So
Would you?
Well, you
Go
know,
away, kitty.
one thing that's great is I still have my wisdom teeth. They have never given me trouble.
Oh, you are so
I
lucky.
hear so many horror stories about wisdom teeth, and I'm just like,
Oh, that reminds me.
Wow.
I gotta call TC's Tornado's dental company on tomorrow and see if they have any closer oral surgeons because he has to have all 4 of his wisdom teeth pulled out.
Oh
Fun.
my! Oh my! Yeah.
No, what does that even do? Is it just like there's not enough room for
Yes.
them?
Yes,
So-
that's it.
okay.
Mhm.
Yes. He's got one
But I mean,
pair
you
is
know, I
growing
was
in.
still actually gonna say more than that.
Okay.
Because it's like
today.
I mean, are they growing in? Are they growing out? Are they shoving the other teeth around? I don't really know why they need removing. I mean, because if they keep growing like some of the X-rays I've seen, it looks like they're growing upward and downward past a tooth that's already there. And I'm like, is it shoving that tooth away? Is it digging the roots up into your head? I mean, what the hell is the actual problem?
There are
Okay.
all sorts of problems that can happen.
For
Ah.
Tornado, he's got teeth growing to the side, which are pressing
Fun.
in on his front teeth, and one of them has pressed against a tooth and has created a cavity. And that
Fun.
tooth in front of it is going to have to be pulled. And then he's got some. Are they growing in diagonally?
No.
Sideways, and the other ones, why are they wanting to pull those?
The top ones are basically completely gone.
Yeah.
And the bottom ones are growing in literally level to the ground.
Yeah.
Oh
So-
boy!
Yeah. The top 2 are impacted. Yeah, and the bottom 2 are growing in sideways. Mine, the top 2 were growing in sideways, and the bottom 2 were growing in at an angle.
Interesting.
So-
Now
Yeah.
I had a mutation of the PAX9 gene, where I got only two wisdom teeth in.
Mm,
The other two did not form at all. And
mm,
the dentist said to me, "No, we've got to pull those two that came in because they're mashing up the gum. The
mhm.
uppers came in; they were mashing up the lower gums." And he said, "You're going to end up with oral cancer if I don't pull these things." So, but it was the first time I had ever heard of a genesis of wisdom teeth. I had never known that
Oh.
that would happen before.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
only got two of mine, but they
Okay.
didn't need to pull them. So yeah, kind of the same thing.
Well, I didn't have a choice. Part of mine were coming through the gum line
Oh.
on my bottom teeth, and they created an abscess that was so bad I couldn't close my mouth.
Ow, 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 ow,
So,
ow, ow, ow.
yeah, absolutely miserable. It hurt like nothing else.
Tell you what,
And
Man, I am
Austin.
so lucky dentally. I wonder sometimes,
Mhm.
like, because I don't know squat about my genetics. I barely know my ethnicity, for fuck's sake. But I mean, like, as much as I lost a whole bunch of genetic lotteries, I'm looking at you, hair. Yeah. When it
Aw.
comes to teeth, I was so damn lucky.
Oh,
So,
man.
What kind of
yeah.
dog do you have?
She is a German Shepherd Chow mix.
Mm.
She looks
That's
mostly German Shepherd, but she has that like curly tail. She's super
Hmm.
fluffy, and she has the purple tongue.
Mm.
I
I have
didn't
a
know
German
anything
Shepherd.
about purple tongue. When did that happen?
Well,
Like,
that's because of the chows. The chows have like it's almost a black, but it looks purple on the
wow,
top.
first I ever heard of that.
Oh, my. And
Yeah, I have
here I thought they
German
had.
a German Shepherd Lab mix. So,
Here I thought they
Well,
had the purple
Columbia
tongue
has
from
a little bit of Siamese in her,
mhm.
and so her eyes are crossed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
That's
here,
interesting.
I had thought that the purple tongue was from a diet of grape popsicles, but no, huh?
Ah. Yeah, no, the image I have when my camera is not on, that is my dog Shadow.
Woof.
Yes, there's my puppy. And that's him sitting in next to a cabinet behind him in a black dishwasher. So
Alrighty then.
it's
I
my big old boy.
really should have considered the whole breakfast issue before this show started.
I
That's
don't
why I
know.
had my camera off. I was eating my crackers and cheese.
I don't know, Kate. We have to wake
Wait a
you
minute.
up at.
I mean, I've eaten cheese before, but why would you put it on white people?
Uh
Um,
huh. We have to wake you up at 4 a.m., Kate, so you can have breakfast, and then let's see, we can have our discussion for an hour or whatever it is before the show starts, and all
Well,
that
it's
You
just
guys
a
stuff.
really
matter of
talk
not
for an hour
remembering. Like, I
before?
sit down and I've got my caffeine and I'm doing my morning cup of
oh,
internet and all of that. And then, the show's about to start and I'm like, oops, someone forgot something. And now she's starting to get hungry.
Mm.
Well, I was thinking about
no.
that today because this starts at fucking 9 o'clock for you, Kate, on a Sunday. For God's
Well,
sake!
Oh, you should see what she
Skippy, the
was
Wonder
like.
Mutt here used to wake up, used to start this show an hour before.
Yeah,
And,
that's what I
I
was
had
going to
to
No,
say.
answer,
no, no, no.
some people are on the West Goddamn Coast.
I beat all of you because I used to do Friday night six pack with the Aussies, which depending on the time of year started at either 5:30 in the morning or 7:30 in the morning. And the
Yes.
thing too was we were supposed to drink on that show. So
Oh,
like
Jesus.
literally the only time I ever drank was at fucking 5:30 in the morning with a bunch of drunk Aussies.
I used to
Oh.
live in Okinawa, Japan, and trying to get hold of family when you live in Okinawa, Japan, is almost impossible because when it's good to call them, you're sleeping.
Yeah, what is it
Mhm.
about 9 or 10 hours between Missouri
No, it is between Missouri and Okinawa. It's 16 hours.
Yeah,
I'm going the
the
wrong direction. That's it.
Yeah.
the Japanese lessons I was taking, and I really should get started on those again. She was in Tokyo, my teacher, and so a
Oh.
lot of the times when I could learn were like, you know, well, not really to my schedule. All the times
Right.
when it was prime time for me, she was clearly sleeping. So,
Right.
Mhm.
you know,
Yep.
and I did not want to be doing those classes at like, 7 p.m. or whatever.
Right.
The only thing I remembered is that between me and Perth is 12 hours.
Right.
Well, and it doesn't help that I have a friend who's living in Italy at the moment,
Oh
and
my.
and another friend living in Beijing.
Mm.
That makes
Yeah, I have
connecting
a,
difficult. I mean, one of them used to live in San Diego, the other one in like Philly or something, I think. And now it's hard to talk to them.
Yep.
I have friends on both coasts of Australia.
Mhm.
In fact, two of which I used to, we used to talk like every morning at 5:30 together because that was
Yeah.
when when the kids home. So, and then Robbie's had to get used to Eastern Standard Time for me. Like
Mhm.
it's kind
Hmm.
of,
Well, what
but I
I
don't really sleep. So like, I'm pretty like you can pretty much reach me at any time. Like it's very rare that I'm asleep anytime before like 4 a.m. So, you know,
I really
I'm just
miss
waking up.
I really miss talking to Upside Down, sweetie. Not Jock, Witness. The problem there, though, he's in Brisbane and I'm in Pittsburgh. So
Mhm.
either I'm just getting up and he's sound asleep,
Mhm.
or he's just
Yeah.
getting up and I'm sound asleep, and we never got a chance to talk all that much.
Well,
Um,
you see my chat group, Diana. Like Natcha and them are always talking at like 2 o'clock in the morning for us.
mm-hmm.
So we miss them, and then the Americans talk during the day. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And then
So
There's my beastie walking.
Nervardia went and stole him from me.
Yep. There's my beastie.
Yeah, I've had that happen way too often where
good
it's like
boy.
you've got that one friend who was single the entire time you knew
Come
them,
here.
and as soon as they're not single anymore, they disappear
Yeah,
Sit.
completely. I'm
yeah,
like,
that happens.
no, I like what was I just your platonic friend because you didn't have anyone else?
I have a
Oh,
story.
oh
Uh,
my.
no, there's just like I have a friend that he started seeing someone a couple months ago and just did that, pretty much disappeared. But then they got into a fight. So for like 3 days, she wasn't talking to him. So like he did not leave me. Like he freaked out the whole time, did not leave me alone. And this was like maybe 4 or 5 days into like this whole bullshit, like
Smudge.
the electricity and the abuse and everything. Like he knew what was going on, but for some reason he still had to talk to me like constantly. There was one day that I just couldn't talk to anybody. Like I was really scared that day and I just wasn't feeling well. And he kept texting and texting me and like on all different platforms. He
Oh,
actually
good Lord.
contacted Robbie and told him to tell me to answer him because he was freaking out.
Eh.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Oh
that was
my, oh
fun.
my. But yeah, friends are interesting people. I've got a person, I think she calls herself my friend or something like that, but it's one of these where we don't talk unless I initiate it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
Mm.
Hmm.
Peggy, you've got a finger. You can dial the phone. You see how old I am when I say that.
Yeah.
Hey, we had those too.
I grew up with the rotary phones. I
Mm-hmm.
know how that goes.
And
My
it's oh
Granny
well.
Limbeck had one.
We had an olive
Well,
green one. I remember that.
Mm.
the thing is, like sometimes I'm not sure about my motives. Sometimes when I let someone else be the one who instigates a conversation, because I'm like, is this me being passive aggressive about wanting someone to seek me out, or am I just like lazy and thoughtless?
No, no, no. It's personally, I think that it's kind of nice to have the reciprocity going. Where you
Hmm.
each
Yeah.
call each other or you each go over the residence of the other or something like that. I mean, you knock first, of course, but
I have
Um,
a
Well,
lot of
but I'm
people.
talking about the instigating though, the
Yeah.
getting things started. I mean, I guess part of it is I spent so long in Seattle, and a yes to an invitation in Seattle is everywhere else is maybe, but probably not.
okay. Okay.
So, it's like getting together and deciding what to do in Seattle is fraught to say the least.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Yeah.
okay.
It's a lot of, I don't know, what do you want to do? And then when you finally decide what to do, everyone's getting ready. And if there's more than three people, no one's ready at the same time.
Right.
So everybody else is like, well, I'm gonna start doing something. Let me know when you're ready. And then by the time that person's ready, they're like, well, just let me finish this up real quick. And that means that the person who just got ready is going to go finding something else to do, and it's
Yeah.
just this never-ending cycle of everyone finding something else to do because they don't want to just stand and wait.
Well, that's the thing that I just saw over in the side chat. Do we have any mermaids or butter churning on the schedule?
Oh dear, oh dear.
He's back.
Yeah, yeah. He puts the hood in neighborhood.
Oy
We
vey.
had a lot of fun with him last week.
What? That's good. I like that one. I came up with a good one.
Yes, you did. Oh my, oh my. This is what the neighborhood is like around here. You know what the hell? We could we could do a what do you want to call it? This is our thing. We could be known for this throughout the world
For
for our little neighborhood and our mermaids and butter churning expert over there, and
yes.
uh,
Well, I mean, speaking of neighborhoods, though, doesn't it have to be a beautiful day in one?
well, I don't know. Not necessarily. I mean, you can't have every day be a beautiful day.
Why not?
Well, how would you know what beautiful is if you don't have ugly? I know. It's a very apologetic thing to say. I know.
I found a new fun hobby. It's like since I've had the window open a little bit, get some air in here and stuff since the fan and stuff is off. But we have because I live on a golf course and there's a tee right like probably I don't know 70 yards from my window. It's not that far. Like you can't really see it because there's trees in front of it, but you can hear it. And I like listening to the guys like hit the ball and then swear because they hit it wrong.
Uh huh. I was just thinking of Caddyshack. Yeah. Oh my.
It
That's
happens so fucking much. It's hilarious.
that's
I do not
interesting.
grok the appeal of golf.
The golf is
Like, I really don't understand why it's supposed to be fun.
because they think they're athletic, but it's really
Aha.
like my fucking father is they he because we live like we do live on the golf course and he golfs like 3 or 4 times a week. He has his own golf cart. In fact, he has a golf cart garage that he
Oh
takes me
my.
Oh
of.
my.
And that's really what they don't really walk to anything. They use their golf carts. They literally just hit it and then drive along and they just hang out. But they think they're doing a sport. So it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, look at
Uh-huh.
Trump. He loves it.
Oh, I
I
remember
mean,
the Slimy Bastard's house was right up by a golf course, and all the neighborhood kids would have a couple golf clubs and go up to tee number 3, which was at the end of the street we lived on, and they'd start golfing there, and it was fun sitting in the kitchen, looking out the window, and watching kids running down the hill in the very backyards of the house, and then the greenskeepers cart following them, chasing them. That was great. I loved it. Oh my, I miss those days in a
um,
way.
I still don't get the appeal of golf, though. I mean,
Huh.
sure, maybe it makes them feel athletic, but couldn't they find a better way? It just seems like such a stupid game.
Yeah.
Oh man, to hear Carlin rant on golf, that was a beautiful thing.
I liked actually Robin Williams
Oh yes, yes,
in that
yes.
golf.
Doing the drunk Scotsman impression. Yes.
Yeah. Well, and also he's like hitting the ball, get in the cart, hit the ball, get in the cart. You know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Although admittedly, golf carts are super fun to drive. Like that's what Angel's job was. He got a job at the golf course, and all he was just like taking care of the golf carts. So he would just go and like fuck around on them and do donuts and shit.
Oh
Nice.
God.
I've never had the opportunity to drive one. The closest I can get is bumper cars.
Mm.
He would literally send me videos while he was at work of what he was doing. I'm like, oh my God. So, yeah, but he had a lot of fun doing it, and it was cool because he didn't actually have to interact with anybody. So it wasn't like because he got it after COVID had started, but he didn't have to worry about that. So he did like
Actually,
get out of the house and do something, but
see,
not.
I take it back. I did more than bumper cars once. I once did this indoor motocross thing, and as part
Mhm.
of it, they gave us these like basically ski masks for fuck's sake to wear like while we were doing it. I don't know why, but like easy like this, and it's got the motocross logo on it and stuff.
The
And now
Proshniak.
I look a little bit less like a terrorist when you can see the logo, but you know,
Hmm.
well, or
I love that you
bank
just had
robber,
it
I
at hand.
suppose. What?
I love that you just had it at hand.
Well, it was on my bookshelf. I've used it in my videos before. You know, I actually have a fair number of props I've used in my videos that just live on this one shelf over here.
Yeah, that's cool.
Uh, you know, like two different Bibles, a Groucho Marx cigar, the really fake but very real looking gun, all of that. I've used all of those to great effect in my videos from time to time.
Speaking of Bibles and Angel's job, so he comes home from work one day, and you would always come in my room and talk to me for a few minutes. He goes to leave, and I see he's got a fucking Bible sticking out of his back pocket. I'm like,
Hmm.
what the hell is that, Angel? Like, he's an atheist. Like, that's what he chose. He doesn't matter. Long story. But like, what? Like, why the fuck do you have a Bible? Apparently, they had run out of papers and were on their way back and didn't want to go to the store, so they
Oh,
actually
jeepers.
stopped at one of their friends' churches where their father's one of the pastors or something and grabbed a Bible
Oh.
for it.
So they're seriously like smoking joints with a Bible page?
That's the thing because the Bible pages are so thin that
Yeah.
you can do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
but that's still pretty badass. That's
Oh
metal as
man.
fuck.
Oh
I admit
man.
I was a little like at first I was like, why the fuck do you have a Bible? That's weird. And then when he told me why, I might have been a little proud, like just a little. So, sorry, my kid. I'm
I
trying to
gotta
say,
say, respect, props. That's awesome.
yeah,
Now I want to
Mm.
smoke weed with a Bible page. It's a shame I only vape.
yeah. I don't think I've ever done it, but yeah, it was quite crafty that they did
I'm
that. So
also now extraordinarily tempted to get the vape out, but I really need to take a break because if I don't,
yeah,
the tolerance like you can't force it. Unfortunately, if you're not getting high, you know you can smoke a whole harvest or just wait a few days.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
You
I
know.
don't know what it would be like for me because it's been a very long time since I've had any.
You
Mm.
haven't had anything
In
Well
in
illegal,
more
then,
ways than one, but especially the marijuana.
feel
Um,
ya.
no,
well, one of two things will happen: either it'll royally kick your ass, or you won't feel a damn thing.
yeah. And what I'm afraid of is I won't feel a damn thing, and it'll wreck my throat, and then I'll be tempted to start smoking again, and I don't want that.
Well, then don't
Well, like
smoke.
the very first time that I tried weed, which was actually in edible form, but whatever, it seriously did jack squat. I was like, "What's the
Yeah,
point?"
right. That happened to me the very first time. Nothing.
But after that, it started royally kicking my ass. It took a couple of tries before it started to be pleasant.
Hmm.
Hmm,
But when it did, oh my gosh, you know.
Yeah, my
yeah.
second time it kicked in.
Uh,
Well, maybe you need some edibles, then you don't have to worry about your throat, Diana.
Well, you know
That
what's
wouldn't be a bad
weird?
idea.
Edibles are great and all, but they like I build up a tolerance to them faster than I do
Yeah.
anything else.
Plus, they can also you can go the opposite way and be too potent, and you know if you're not used to it. So,
Yeah.
but if there are other options
Well,
than
I
smoking.
remember eating 3 dozen special cookies, and yeah, wham!
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. See, now I need to go out and get munchies.
uh,
But no, no.
Well, it's because you haven't had breakfast either, so
Oh yeah, good point. I should get on that, shouldn't I?
oh, ow,
probably.
ow, ow,
You okay, honey?
ow. Oh, it's the neck gives me a problem from
Hmm.
time to time, and it's just something I have to put up with. At least, as I said, at least it isn't like it was Monday when I was literally screaming in pain.
Mm.
It was, oh God, it was bad. Um,
Mm.
My mother, her for some reason her cervical discs all crumbled.
ooh,
So her entire spine is all titanium, and she
ooh.
can't move to the left a certain amount, and when she moves to the right, it makes this click. She
Yeah,
thinks there's
Oh,
something wrong, but
yeah,
I can't do
because
anything about it now because ow.
when I turn my head very often, I'll get the clicking and the cracking, and
hmm.
that's good when it
Don't
hurts that way.
go to a chiropractor. Please don't. Please, like literally, if my mother had gone to a chiropractor, with her condition, they would have ended up paralyzing her. So
Yeah.
I mean, there have
No,
been times I've been tempted, and it's like, no, Clarion,
don't
you don't want to do
don't do
that.
it.
For two reasons. Number one,
I,
chiropractors are for the most part quacks, and the other thing
Hmm.
is I couldn't afford it anyway, because Medicare won't cover it.
yeah,
No.
I went one time with my mother and she paid for it. And they did x-rays of my spine, and instead of my spine going up and down like it's supposed to, it curves under my right shoulder blade.
Oh, you've got the scoliosis going on.
Uh-huh.
Uh
And
huh.
where your neck is supposed to have a gentle C curve,
Uh
reverse C curve, mine goes straight up and down.
huh.
My whole
Okay,
neck
then.
is
Ooh.
straight as a board, but it all sits off kilter to the right.
Uh huh. Okay.
So that is probably one of the reasons why I'm having the problems in my shoulder.
Probably, yes. Yeah.
So I've got to, since I changed insurance companies, I now have to have get a new doctor, which I need to make phone calls for that. Get them to X-ray my spine and see if I qualify for disability.
This is something I hate. You mentioned changing insurance companies. Now you've got to
Mm-hmm.
find another doctor. This in
Mm-hmm.
network, out of network bullshit.
Well, the problem is the reason I changed insurance companies is because the cost of my other insurance company, which I really liked, went up $30.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
So,
With that in network, out network, now you have to make the change. And you probably had a pretty
mhm,
good rapport with this
mhm.
doctor, right?
Well, but this doctor also closed because of COVID-19.
Oh, okay.
So,
So there's something
it
else
doesn't do
going
me
on.
any good anyway.
Okay, okay.
So, it's just a matter of I'm debating. I'd rather have a woman doctor at my age
Yeah,
now
yeah,
than
I
a
get
male
that.
doctor.
Yeah. Hmm.
And the only female doctor within 5 miles of me, because I have a crappy car, I don't want to go more than 5 miles one way, is a nurse practitioner, something or other. And I don't know if that would be as good as a regular doctor or not.
Well, I can tell you a
Yeah.
bit of a story. It's really interesting. Marty was my doctor for years, and then he
Mhm,
retired, and he handed me over to a nurse practitioner, and
mhm,
my copay went from $5 for Marty to
mhm.
$40 for Becky
Right.
Because
because
Well,
it was
because
this,
she
technically
was
a specialist.
a nurse practitioner, and then
right.
I finally had to go up there and then say, hey, you have an actual doctor here because I can't afford this $40 a crack. And that's where I ended up with David.
Right. Well, this is all in network. This is a in network nurse practitioner.
Well, so
So,
was mine. So that's the thing.
right. Well, I have set copays. They won't change them on me.
I actually find a lot of the times that a nurse for just like a GP purpose,
Mhm.
nurse
General
practitioners
practitioner, yeah.
are better.
Yeah.
They will actually take the time
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
talk to you and get like I have for my pain clinic, I have my doctor
Mhm.
who I see maybe once every 5 or 6 months, unless I'm having surgery, which I've had a lot of. And then, but every month I have to go in and see his nurse practitioner or his PA,
Mm.
depending on which one. And they will
Okay,
actually
then.
sit and talk to me. Whereas when I see him, he will literally come in. He screams for some reason. I don't know if he just got a lot of old patients or something. He's just really loud. He will just scream in my face and then say, okay, see you next time. And I get to say nothing. And then he's gone. So,
Moof
yeah.
Well,
beef.
it's very similar in with like the nurse will take the the blood pressure and all of that,
Yeah, yeah,
but the doctor comes in and just chats.
yeah,
Where
yeah.
it's like I can't remember the last time I've been examined.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
there's
and
that.
what's really getting to me now is the nephrologist, the kidney specialist,
Mhm.
um, because he is a specialist. The copay is $40 each time I see him,
Right.
and the cost to get back and forth because were I to take public transport, it would take me literally 2 hours to get from here to there. Not because it's that far away, but because I take one bus down to a changing station and then wait an hour until the next bus comes by and I go up there. So, okay, I
Jesus
pay the
Christ.
$25 to get there. So by the time I get to see this guy once, it's a
You're spending
hundred bucks. It's
65.
a hundred
Yeah.
bucks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I can't keep doing this if I so I have to find a way to get back and forth anyway. And then the $40 copay. That's still a hard time, but
Well,
we'll deal
Diana,
with it. Yes, dear.
you're on Medicare, right?
Yes, I am.
They should
And
They
have
it
transportation.
Yes, they have transportation that will take you to the doctor for
well, I
free.
have to yeah, I have to apply for that, and then we'll see what
It's not
happens.
really a you just have,
No, you should.
you just
Your
ask.
insurance company, your
Yeah.
insurance. Call your.
Okay. The insurance company. I've dealt with their transportation.
Uh huh.
It sucks totally. The guy 3 times already. I've made an appointment to go somewhere, and the guy never shows up. I get a call. I can't make it. This is like a half hour before the appointment, and this whole thing. So it's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going with the. And
Okay,
I've even
that.
told the insurance company, you've got to get rid of this guy,
Hmm.
but it doesn't happen. Yeah, the insurance, they don't give a shit, really.
Okay. Um, there is a way around that.
Oh
Um.
yay,
Okay.
I'm all ears.
What you do is you find out from the next time you call your insurance company, ask them to speak to the transportation department. When you speak to the transportation department, ask them for the phone number for their office. Okay. Um, and then once you're done with that, hang up. Don't even talk to the drivers scheduled through the insurance company. Okay.
Okay.
Call their office and talk to the people who are actually controlling the transportation, who actually pay the driver. Okay.
Okay.
They'll be able to look up on your records who the driver has been scheduled,
Hmm.
and then because he's getting paid
Yes, he is.
when he cancels your appointments.
Yeah.
So talk to the actual transportation company versus through the insurance and explain the situation that, this driver, the 3 times that you've called and scheduled, he's canceled on you half an hour before he's due to pick you up.
Hmm.
And because he's getting paid for not doing his job at this point.
Yeah, because, okay, when I had my biopsy, I was
Hmm.
really, really lucky that Jeff had
Came
insisted
down,
on
yeah.
coming here. I needed him because
Right.
I had that thing to go there with and half hour before, Jeff hadn't arrived here yet. But a
Hmm.
half hour before, maybe an hour before, I can't make it. And I would not have been able to get to the
Right.
biopsy at all.
That's you get hold of the transportation company because he's not the driver's not supposed to be doing that.
Hmm. And the driver sounded
Uh,
like he had an IQ of about 35, so that didn't help.
right. Well, we used Tornado has Medicaid, so he has medical transportation.
What, one of those short
And
buses?
no, it was an actual vehicle.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Um,
Wait, a short bus isn't a vehicle?
yeah, it's an actual car. His driver he had a driver show up to take us to his dental appointments.
Okay, then.
And it was really fantastic. But the closest oral surgeon they have for him is 46 miles away. And can you imagine going through oral surgery and then having to ride in a car 46 miles back to your house?
It's easily, yeah, a big,
That's not
big
going to
problem.
work. Yeah, I'm going to have to call them and find out if they have. And that's one of the reasons says I remind me I have to talk to his uh, dental company tomorrow and explain. The closest one that they're listing is 46 miles away. That's not doable. There's got to be somebody closer.
Yeah, I mean,
There has to be.
one thing I can do, and I have the paperwork here, and I suppose I will do it, through the state of Pennsylvania, I can apply for one of those short buses. Uh,
Maybe you should because that will
I'm
save
thinking
you
of
a lot of money.
I'm thinking of doing that.
Um,
Because like I
Well,
say,
you know,
it's like 40, $50 round trip to go from
well, you know,
here to Lippett's office.
one thing that they wanted to do when I was like, post brain surgery, everything, and they're
mhm.
doing the testing and all of that to see where I'm at. They said also there's this optional thing we'd like to do. It's another it's like a study rather than
Mhm.
necessarily about you and all this stuff. And I was like, you realize you're way the hell out in La Jolla, right? Like I live in Hillcrest and I don't have a car. It costs a lot to get here. And they said, oh, here's $60.
Wow, I like it.
Which wasn't much more than the trip, but it was still more. You know,
Right.
Hmm.
um,
Hey, I'd go
still,
for
I mean,
that.
it was,
You
yeah.
can okay. Do you have a counselor or anything through your Medicare?
Which one of us? Oh, me?
You. Yeah. Yeah.
Counselor. What do you mean?
Social worker.
Oh, a social worker in name only.
Okay.
Through the clinic I go to for my regular
Right.
medical stuff.
Okay. Okay. There's a reason why I'm telling you this. When mom was receiving her radiation treatment,
Uh huh.
okay, it's a 40-mile trip, or not a 40-mile, a 40-minute drive one way,
Uh huh. Yeah.
and a 40-minute trip back. So that's an hour and 20 minutes, hour and almost 3 hours, basically. They gave her twice a week gas cards.
Oh, okay.
So it
Okay.
is possible if you speak to your social worker and explain to her, you're having to pay bus fare to get to your nephrologist appointments on top of paying the specialist copay.
Mm.
You might be able to get funding from them to pay for your transportation.
I'd really like that. I have to find the right keywords because I
Uh,
have explained to this
mhm.
person, by the way, that transportation is difficult and all that other stuff, and she's the one that emailed me the application to
Right,
the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Um,
right. The
but
bus,
yeah,
yeah.
whatever she's doing, I wish that she could do. Well, maybe she can. I wish she would do a lot more.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
call.
asking a lot. Yes, I am. I know I
Yeah.
am.
Well, but this is what they're supposed to do. They're
Not
supposed to find
really.
ways to help you through Medicaid.
Yeah, you're not asking a lot, Diana. You're
You're
literally
not.
asking them to do their goddamn job.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, though, is that unfortunately these people, they have so many people that they have to, that they have cases on
Half-assing
and
it
stuff.
for.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
You have to kind of be the squeaky wheel. You just have to
Mhm.
be, and it's not their fault, and it's not your fault. It's the system's
Right.
fault.
Yeah,
Hell,
it's
let's just put it this way: you gotta go full Karen on these assholes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you kind
Well,
of
that's
do.
like
I find it difficult to do that. That's the
I know.
damn
So
thing
well,
because
do I.
Well, get over it.
every time I've done something like that, it's always turned around to bite me in the arse.
that's
How?
like with the,
How?
They come and start yelling at me.
mm,
So
No,
tell them
they're
to
not.
get
These
fucked.
people
I
cannot
mean,
yell
like
at you.
you can't just like meekly take it.
that's
Sometimes it
like
feels like that's the only option I have, but
Hey,
I know where
Diana.
you're coming from. I do.
well, that's like when I was the food stamp issue I had, where the woman closed my food stamp case because she didn't want to admit she fucked up.
Mm.
And didn't send. She said told them that she asked me for the deed proof of that I had deed to the house, but what she failed to remember is that every bit of information that she asked me for is posted on their website. And I was able to call back and say, she never asked me for this paperwork.
Okay then.
And I proved it by showing them on their own system that she never asked me for a deed. And I showed them, I gave her what she asked for, which was a copy of my driver's license, copy of my utility bills, and a copy of my bank statement to show that I'm paying the bills.
Mm.
And they had to reopen my case. They had to pay me back food stamps because she didn't do her job. But if I had not fought it, I wouldn't have gotten my food stamps back. So
Yeah.
there are people who want to say, oh, well, I helped them and they didn't do what I asked them to. Or I did help them when they really didn't. You have to sometimes say, no, you are not getting away with this. This
Yeah.
is what I need. This is what you're going to do. Figure it out.
Mm.
Sometimes you have to be a bull in a china shop. There's just no
Yes.
choice. And I mean, like I've had a lot of issues like that with, like low level employees. They don't care. I
Mm-mm.
mean, like they you have to ask for the supervisor sometimes. You just have
Mhm.
to.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I mean, I hate going full Karen, but sometimes you don't have a
Yeah.
choice. You
I
don't have a
like
choice.
I like to be a nice person. I like to be nice to people, but you know, it's called mama bear mode.
I was gonna say that's the only time I get in people's face when
Yeah.
it's about
We,
Angel. I actually have it. The principal of my son's school is afraid of me.
mm,
He will cross the atrium and go walk on the other side to avoid coming near me because I straight up lost it in his face. And
mm,
he kept his cool and kept calling me ma'am, which pissed me off more than anything. I'm sorry, I'm from New England. We don't do that. Like the whole ma'am thing, it makes me feel old and gross. And I told him, I was like, stop fucking mamming me. And that was the point where he was like, okay, I'll stop now.
well, I just turned 50, so um I don't like to think about the fact that I've hit half a century old sometimes, but you know, damn it, I earned every single gray hair. Um, I don't know if they've told you that Tornado is autistic with Asperger's syndrome, conduct disorder, and ADHD. I have the full
Yes,
spectrum
everything.
of. Oh my God, how many gray hairs can I get in a day?
Tayo Corosto. I don't know, man.
Um,
I would
and
not
there
want to
are
be in your position. This is all I can say.
Well, you know, it's wonderful for learning to keep your temper. But it's also wonderful for when your temper goes, oh, the release valve.
Well, I have a teenage boy who is like
Hmm.
me, but a teenage boy,
Hmm.
and it fucking sucks.
Yeah, well, Tornado is going on 25 now, and he will probably never leave home.
Mhm.
And I will never have grandkids. Thank God.
Mm,
I mean, yes, I will miss it, but in some ways, it's a good thing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I won't
I
argue.
don't.
I like seriously the biggest fear in my life, the biggest dread that I have, fuck, I'm gonna start crying, is
Mm,
the day Angel, leaves and goes
mhm,
off and becomes an adult. He's 7, he's going to be 18 in 9 fucking months.
mm,
And it fucking terrifies me. Because we kind of
mhm,
like, I had him a month before I turned 23. And we
mm.
kind of grew up together a little bit because it was just me and him. My
Yep, you're
father,
single parent.
yeah,
Yep,
left when
been
he
there,
was
done
a
that.
month old. Plus, he was really sick when he was born. He was in the hospital for 3 months and he came home with a G tube. So, like, I was literally like awake for like 4 months straight with him right next to me. And like, it
Yeah.
just, I know it's so stupid and it's so cliche, but just like, I
No, it's
can't
not.
handle that. It
No,
kills me.
no, I understand every minute of that. Every single parent, I think, goes through the fear of their kid leaving home. I didn't have to go through that because Tornado, he is essentially mentally probably about 18 right now. Yes, he's super smart. I mean, you could ask him a science question, he'll rattle off the answer, but his ability to deal socially
Well, yeah,
is
that's the whole
just,
thing.
yeah, his ability to deal with what happens during a day
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
is just now hitting that of a senior in high school. Um, he's better at it, but then again, you have examples like my mother the other day.
Oh
Uh,
boy.
uh we were talking. He wanted to come home after helping her unload salt pellets for her water softener, and he's like, "Can we go home now?"
No.
And his grandma got teary eyed and was like, "Oh."
Passive aggressive guilt trip.
Passive aggressive
Yeah.
guilt trip
Uh
about
huh.
him wanting to come home and explaining, well, what do you want to do? Why are you so angry? And it wasn't that he was angry, he was just tired and wanted to come home.
Uh huh.
And she's like, well, I'm not going to be around for very much longer.
Oh, Jesus
Boo-hoo.
Christ.
Yeah. And it's like, he's got this example of passive aggressive guilt trip um, on top of his own issues. And then, his dad not being around.
Well, I
So,
don't know. Maybe his dad not being around is a better thing than it is a good thing. I don't know.
It was definitely a better thing
mm,
in my case.
well, his dad was in the military. His dad very strict. Um, but I think that some of I think his autism comes from his dad,
Okay.
because I see some of the quirks that he has in his dad from when we were married.
Okay. No,
And
sorry about
my,
sorry about bursting into laughter,
it's
but
okay.
Amanda put in the side chat. I'm gonna get an iguana and call it stool.
Yeah. Uh, and
Mm.
I know for a fact that Tornado gets his ADHD from me
Okay.
because I was ADHD. I still am. Uh, thank God he never got my dyslexia. That's a pain in the ass. So
No, I think I have hyperlexia.
anyway, but his the issues, the emotional issues of letting go, every parent suffers those. But for parents who deal with kids that have had special needs growing up, whether they still have them years later, I think they have the hardest time letting go because
Okay.
they know exactly how hard it was to raise these kids and how much struggle they either still have or did have growing up.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't know. There are some parents out there where their kids leave home and their first reaction is, "Woohoo! Sex
Yeah, there
everywhere
are
in the
parents like
house."
that.
So,
They're just
Well,
happy.
that
6 to
wasn't the
1.
slimy bastards either, I'll tell you. But
It wasn't.
I was lucky in the sense if those two missed anything about me, it was not being able to torture me 24 hours per day straight.
Hmm.
Uh,
No,
but
that fucking feeling.
I didn't have a problem leaving home. I can tell you that much.
Well, they're
Hairballs.
like those parents that kick their kids out when they're like 15 or whatever. I don't even like it when Angel's like I miss him when he's at school for fuck's sake. Like he texts
Yeah.
me all day just to tell me what he's doing. Like he's sweet enough
Oh,
to know that
yes. See, I
that
have
makes
the
me feel good.
opposite. If I go anywhere for more than an hour, ding 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 ding. Yes, tornado.
Uh-huh.
When you gonna be home, Mom? It's like,
Oh, see, I
why?
call
I
him.
miss you, Mom. I want you to come home. It's like, okay. Chill for a little while. I'll be home shortly.
And
No,
just
I
think
can't.
of
I
it.
hate
Just
it.
think of
He's
it, hon.
gone.
You've got maybe 40 more years of this.
I know. Oh God.
Well, there's options. You could always put him in a home.
No. No.
I was kidding.
Yeah, I know. But my mother made that suggestion when he was younger, and it's like, no,
Well,
not gonna
Well,
happen.
I do know
especially
some
here.
people who kind of had to put their kid in a home for
Can
Mhm.
I can
and
I
he's
tell
there
you
right now
something?
because like he was having some serious damage going on. Like just yeah.
Can I
Well,
tell you something super
mhm.
fucked up?
What?
So now that they're trying to get rid of me because I'm less effective to them since I've had my surgeries and been sick and stuff. They're actually trying to keep Angel, so he's the one taking care of him. They have offered
Uh-huh.
him.
What?
They have offered him to pay his full college, all 4 years. They've offered him a fucking car. Like they're pretty much trying to bribe my kid to stay and take care of them because they don't want me here anymore.
This is
So
your parents, right?
yes, which
Oh,
Angel is obviously not going to take. He wants nothing to do with my parents anymore.
see, I
He
have the
just believes.
opposite issue in some ways. My mom wants me to. It's just like, well, I'll pay to get your house completely fixed. If there's any issues, I'll pay to fix your entire yard. And then you put your house up for sale and move in with me. You and T
Oh
Stan.
boy. No, 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 no.
No, because
Mm-mm.
she is she's going on 70 in December. She has COPD, emphysema, and she smokes. And I don't smoke. I'm allergic to cigarette smoke. Within a week, I would be down with asthmatic bronchitis from her
Uh-huh.
smoking.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I get severe sinus migraines from her cigarette smoke. Something in it just kills me. And
Mm-hmm.
she also
Mm-hmm.
has two dogs. I have a dog and two cats.
Oh, that'd be a zoo.
Uh huh. And, she has a very large house, but it's only got 3 bedrooms. And one of those bedrooms is completely taken up as an office. So I'm trying to explain to her, you have too much furniture. Your dogs would attack my cats. My dog would attack your dogs because he is food bowl aggressive to other animals.
Okay.
He snaps at my cats for getting near his food bowl. So they've learned
Mm.
to avoid his food bowl. But my mom leaves food bowls down all the time for her dogs that always have food in them. So that would not go
Right.
well.
Right.
Well, the point of my story though was that my abusive parents are trying to bribe my
Right.
kid to leave
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So, but I have to actually bounce because my computer is
Aw.
going to die. But I love you girls.
Bye. Nice meeting
Well,
you.
bye, honey.
Fun.
Hopefully, I'll see you again either next show, show
I should be
after, or
around
something
on
like that.
Tuesday. I
Yay!
should be
That'll be a
around
whole
Tuesday.
Yeah.
bunch of fun, and then I can hardly wait until Escape Day, but that's another story
Yep.
entirely.
Less than 3 weeks now. Now it's 20 days. So
Oh
Escape Day.
my,
I'm
yeah.
wondering about that one. You'll have to explain that one.
we're leaving an abusive
Ah,
situation because
you're
I live with my
moving.
parents
Yes,
to
thank
take
God.
over. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Well,
So
good luck with that one. I hope it goes well.
yes, already feel much better not knowing it's coming. So, but
Yeah.
I will see you girls later.
Bye.
Take care,
Have
Bye,
honey.
fun.
school.
Party on.
The interesting thing in my particular case, I've told stories about my childhood and all this other shit, and
Mhm.
even past that. Then there was the time that they were still talking to me. She was
Mhm.
on the phone with me and said, you know, have you considered moving in with us and taking care of me? And
Yeah.
I had to clap my hands over my mouth so I didn't say anything because the first
Right.
thing that came to my mind was, you've got to be fucking kidding me. The way you treated me for 50 fucking years, no, no.
Yeah. Right. And that's the thing is, my mom regularly fusses at me because I don't do things the way she does. And the only reason she wants me to move in there, and I know this, is because free labor.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I know as soon as I moved in with her, it would be every night do the dishes, every night, every week vacuum the house, every week dust the house, take care of her dogs when she wants to sleep, which would be all the time, you know?
Yeah, and then let's not
Uh,
forget that the other thing, they would immediately cut me off from the network.
mhm,
Bitching and moaning about my hooking up to the internet. I mean, this is the only
yeah,
contact with the outside world that I
right.
have, and then
Well,
they're going to take that away.
and then there would be the, oh, well, you need to raise TC the way I want you to raise him.
Uh huh.
And which
Yeah.
way would that be?
Uh, she is very much the yell and scream
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and uh raise the hand.
Oh, yoy, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she's like, well, you wouldn't have to worry about a car because you'd have access to my car, but then I'd have to be on her insurance, which she has to have full coverage insurance on her vehicle because she's still paying it off.
Oh,
Uh,
oh, oh. Okay then.
right. It's a 2019. So it's a new car, but that doesn't outweigh the emotional stress, the physical stress,
Mm-hmm.
and we'd be the ones doing all of her yard work every week. We'd be the ones doing her housework. We'd be the ones cooking, cleaning, taking care of her animals, on top of taking care of her and dealing with her smoking.
Yeah,
So
just
it's
just
just,
run over there and move right in. Go right ahead.
oh
Yeah.
yes, not to mention the lack of privacy.
Uh,
She would have no problems with just opening the doors
oh,
to our
sure.
bedrooms anytime she wants.
Oh yeah, that's the
Hmm.
one I forgot to mention. He was like that. He could just barge in
Yeah,
anytime, anywhere.
but don't you dare do it to him.
Uh huh.
Yep. So,
And
not, no. I love my mom, I do, but I can't tolerate living with her.
I couldn't
Even if
tolerate.
I didn't have tornado, I would not be able to do it. I just, no.
I get it. Oh, do I ever get it?
And I told her, okay, well, when you quit smoking and you neuter your bitch,
Oh yay.
because she has a female German Shepherd who is not spayed and she's going on 2 years old.
Okay.
And Shadow, my dog, since I don't have a female, has never been neutered. That
Oh
would be,
boy.
yeah, exactly. And you make sure that your dogs won't chase my cats. and especially the quit smoking, then I might consider the idea of moving in with you. But she's like, but I can't quit smoking. I was like,
I
okay, well
can't
then
move
I'm
in with
not
you.
moving in.
Yeah, no,
I'm not
not
going to
happening.
risk my health because you smoke.
And by the way, Momnado's mom, what do you mean you can't quit smoking? If you'll excuse the phrase, I know people don't like to hear shit like this.
Hmm.
I quit smoking after 49 years. You can
I
do
know.
it.
I know
Well,
she
you know
can.
what? I mean,
She's
I'm sorry. I gotta jump in here because you
Okay,
know
dear.
perfectly well what she means. I mean, like, if you say I can't quit smoking, she means it's really fucking difficult.
well, see,
I mean, to harp on the exact phrasing, I think is disingenuous.
Well, no, I'm not
she
harping on the darn
no,
phrasing. I
no.
mean,
Yeah, you are. She said can't, and now you're going, well, I did it.
Well,
Well, what
no,
she
no.
means is it's really hard. You know that's what she means.
as difficult as it was, I did it. I mean, it
Right. That's the
wasn't.
thing. It's not that and this is where Diana's trying to say, it's not that she can't.
I
It's
know
that
it's not that she
she
can't. That's my
won't.
point. Is that it's not that she can't. She just said it that way.
Right. She won't quit smoking.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And
And
her doctors have told her flat out, if you quit smoking, your issues with emphysema and COPD will be less
yeah,
problematical.
it won't go away, but it'll be a lot less problematic.
Right.
And I will say,
Mhm.
there is the occasional time that I miss smoking. When
Mhm.
I'm under stress, I can feel myself
Right.
reaching for my pipe. And it's like, hey,
Right.
Clarion, you said you didn't want to do this. You meant it.
Right.
I have to remind
And
myself.
she's quit before in the past, and that's the thing. She has quit before, but she started back up again.
Okay.
And we went out and we bought her patches. We bought her gum to help her quit smoking, and she's not even opened a single one of them.
Okay. Because I can tell you that I attempted to quit several times
Hmm.
before
And
I actually did quit. I mean, this is the best
right,
I've ever done. Um, I'm at the point where I don't even want to pick up
right,
a pipe or a cigar anymore. Where back then it was, oh, I miss this, I miss this, I miss this, and this is why I would go back. Um,
right. But and it's she's got less stressors now than she did in the past when she quit.
mm-hmm.
She doesn't have an ex-husband. She doesn't have the abusive relationship. Uh, the only thing she has is bills. But she's spending, oh God, $25 on 3 packs of cigarettes
Per
every
day.
every 2 days.
Wow.
So she's spending almost $100 a
A week.
week
And this
on
is, yeah,
cigarettes.
this is
I
another
don't get
reason.
it. I mean, how can anyone even smoke that much? It seems like you have to be chain smoking.
I
She
did
smokes a
it
pack a day. She smokes a pack a day.
Oh, just a well, even so, there's like
lightweight.
20 in a pack. If you even did one an hour, I
Right.
mean,
Well,
that's crazy. I
it
mean,
is.
you
I
have
I
to be doing
don't.
a lot more than one an hour to get through a whole pack.
I used to
Mhm.
smoke constantly, and I mean constantly.
Chain smoking, yeah.
Yeah, you wake up in the morning, you light a cigarette, and as soon as that's done, you light up another one, and boom.
Right.
That's just pure insanity. I'm sorry it
It
is. I
is.
can't
It is.
imagine.
Yes, it
It
is.
is. And the thing is she's even said it's not the nicotine, it's the act of smoking.
Bing, 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 bing. Yes, 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 yes,
Well, you
yes.
know what? There's ways around that. I
I
mean,
know
hell,
that.
they sell candy cigarettes if nothing else.
I know that.
Well, I didn't
And
think you didn't know it.
she knows it, but there's things like vaping
Yeah.
that she could do that would be more healthy, less
Not
likely to make her
necessarily,
sick.
but
Well, but if it's just the act of the cigarette in her mouth is what it is. and
Toothpicks.
the thing to do with her hands. You know, she can buy tobacco-free vapes where it's just uh, 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 um, electronic cigarette. It's not really even vaping, and that
Mages.
would be less physically stressful for her.
You know, I think it'd be fun to vape where it was literally just flavored steam and that was it.
They have that.
Well, I've never seen it.
Um,
What are you
I mean,
speaking?
because like you wouldn't even necessarily have to take it all the way into your lungs just to taste it. I
Mhm.
mean, back when I was hanging out with goths at the club, you know, before they said, "Oh, cloves aren't allowed to be sweet," my friends would just give me one, and I taste it and blow it out. It never went into my lungs.
mhm.
Okay.
And I mean, if there was something like that, but it was just like flavored water that got turned into vapor, I'd be pretty okay with that.
That's where I was going to ask about. Did you mean good old dihydrogen oxide? I guess that's what you did
Mhm.
mean. Okay.
Yeah, she had
Oh,
liquids that had flavoring in them that she would fill these cartridges up, and they would go inside the electronic cigarette,
okay.
and then she'd smoke it.
Now I tried vaping, and it was rougher on my throat than the smoking
Hmm.
was.
Right. Well, uh, I don't smoke, so I don't know how that goes, but there are options that she could use that would deal with the physical need to have something in her fingers and in her mouth.
Toothpicks.
Toothpicks, licorice sticks, vegetables, anything that, you know,
I'm just picturing
you
someone
know,
walking around with like a carrot in their mouth like it's a
yeah,
cigar.
yeah,
Ah,
You
all
know.
right. I
yeah.
like it.
But you know what I'm saying? There are options that she could use that would deal with that she chooses not to do.
Yeah.
So,
Oh
and
my,
it's
oh my.
frustrating for me because, I listen to her bitch about her health, and it's like, quit smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Your health will improve.
Yeah.
It's just because she talks about how she gets dizzy and can't breathe when she stands up to do stuff. Well, quit smoking, you stupid hag. And, you wouldn't have quite so many problems breathing.
Oh my. Well,
So frustrating.
I mean, one of the big things that got me off the tobacco was that my throat was just shot, gone. My voice gone. Bye bye. I sounded like Kenny Rogers with an extra helping of
Right.
gravel. That whole thing, and it actually scared me.
Right.
And it was okay. I think I have to do something about this. And I hate to put it that way, but that may have been just the thing that
Mhm.
seeing things going the way they were going and knowing they would only get worse.
Ooh, and I wish she would quit smoking because again, it would improve her health. I wouldn't have to constantly hear "Well, come over and help me because I can't do it."
Sure, you would. She'd find another
Mhm.
excuse.
True, but the point is that I can't take care of her house and my house.
Uh huh.
I just don't have enough physical time in the day. Um,
Too bad you can't teach Tornado to run a vacuum cleaner, huh?
well, he knows how, but that's not the point.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Is that you know she wants us to do everything in her
Everything.
house, and then I have to come home and do everything in my house. I can't keep up with it. I can't do two households. It's just not physically possible for me to do two households.
Oh, right. Absolutely. Oh, I like what
Uh,
Mage has to say. He says, my
mm,
grandmother stopped smoking cold turkey. She got tired of
mhm.
everyone leaving the room when she lit up.
Yeah.
I
Well, and
I had to quit cold turkey. I couldn't do it any other way.
right. And my mom could do it if she really, really wanted to.
Hmm.
But I think that she is okay. This has been a year now since my stepdad died. And I think all of this shit that she's going through right now is just a slow form of suicide
Okay. Okay.
because she absolutely does not want to be around without her husband.
So this is the interesting thing here. I mean, I'm not surprised in a way, but
I'm
this
not.
it's the abusive relationship. Yet she hates to be without it.
Well, no, Ray was actually not abusive.
Oh, okay.
This is she was married for to him for about 2 years before he passed away.
Okay then.
So the
I got the ex husbands all mixed up.
Yeah, well, her last ex-husband, Terry, not Ray, was the one who was abusive, and she separated. It took a 5-year divorce. It was
Yay!
horrible. Absolutely
Is this the one that
horrid.
was trying to kill everybody?
Yes,
Uh
that's the one
huh.
who was trying. Yeah, the one who loosened my propane lines, put nails through my car tires. Yeah,
Nice guy.
that was
Nice
that
guy.
one. Yeah. Mhm. Uh, so yeah, that was Terry. Ray is somebody she met when she moved to Florida,
Okay.
and they got married, and he passed away in March of last year, right before COVID hit,
Mm.
and she has not been able to have a funeral for him.
Ah.
His ashes sit on the piano stand in her house because they can't get rid of them. They can't do any of the things that he would want done with his ashes because of COVID 19. They can't even hold a funeral service.
Moo.
So
And yeah,
I'm sure that has not
you
helped.
do need closure. I will give you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the issue comes in is that she was absolutely in love with this man and she doesn't want to be without him. I can't tell you the number of times when she has been driving and she just bursts into tears
Uh huh.
because a song comes on the radio and it's
Mm.
something she used to listen to with Ray. Or driving by someplace, she'll get teary eyed because it's someplace she went with Ray.
Uh huh.
And while she's not actively trying to kill herself, all of her actions say, I don't want to be here.
Mm.
And uh, the doctors have told her radiation doctor, her chemo doctor, her cancer doctor has told her that, the more you smoke, the more chances, now that you've had cancer and had radiation treatments, there is a 30% chance that you will get more cancer if you continue to smoke.
Mm. Okay.
So, in all honesty, I think her refusal to quit smoking is a passive aggressive form of
Bring
suicide.
it on. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I can kind of understand that sort of feeling. Um,
Hmm. And
it's
I
not
do
something I
understand
haven't
it.
felt myself.
Right. I do understand her feeling about it. Sorry about that. And
Eh.
I do understand her passive aggressiveness, but I don't have to contribute to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wish she would just realize that, she can exist without this man. She's always been codependent on a husband. And I think that has to do with how she was raised.
Yeah, I know that one too, as far as that one
Hmm.
goes. I mean,
Right. I
I was 60 years old before I realized that I could be comfortable alone.
Right. I can't tell you the number of times where she has told me, you need to go out and find somebody. You'll be happier with a man in your life.
Not necessarily. No. I mean,
That's what I got to say to that one.
don't get me
I've
wrong. I would like company. Yes, I would
Yeah,
like
but
somebody to
I
talk
don't
to. But
yeah, I don't have to have a man in my life to make me happy. But that's what she's saying. Go out,
right,
find a man,
right,
date somebody,
right,
and you'll be happy.
right.
But
No,
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 that's
no,
not going
no,
to make
no.
me happy.
All too often, it causes more problems than it solves.
Right. And
Besides,
I'm not
really, who
saying
wants a man
I
anyway?
know, I know. I can't see.
well,
I can't see why anyone would want a man. And remember, I was trying to be one years ago.
right. And it's she's of the firm opinion that I have to be dating somebody to be happy.
Uh-huh.
And no, I like sitting by myself at home. I have Tornado in the house if I want company. You know, there's never a quiet day for me unless
Mm-hmm.
Tornado's sleeping.
There you
So,
go. You
and
get out the bottle of chloroform and knock him out because you want a day
yeah,
to yourself.
right. Well, and she doesn't understand that, because she doesn't deal with Tornado every day. She doesn't understand that, anybody I date is going to have to be able to relate and deal with him.
Oh, you know how easy it is to find somebody like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, really. Who's not going to mind the fact that I have an adult child living with me who has no sense of privacy.
Mm-hmm.
If I want privacy, I actually have to go into my room and lock my own door
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to have privacy.
Mm-hmm.
So that because TC, while he will knock on the door, he'll also go and open the door after he's knocked. And it's
Yeah.
like, and we've discussed uh
Vonrich's
his
here.
past behaviors of his choice of embarrassing me.
Yeah, I've
So
heard your stories.
mhm, and any male I date is going to have to relate to that and deal with that, and they don't. They don't do that well.
Well, there you go. I mean, there's your problem. Number one, start
Mhm.
dating females. It's not all that bad, really.
Unfortunately, I'm not interested in a body that's built like mine. So,
No, well,
Oh, there's lots of variety in how female bodies are built.
yes, there
right, but
is.
I'm just not interested in tacos. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say it's better than sausage.
Yeah,
Nah,
okay.
to each their own.
Mm-hmm.
Well, honestly, I don't get it. Like, I'm creeped the hell out by dicks.
Hmm.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
like, seriously, they're creepy looking.
Mm-hmm. Kate, did you see Vonrich just came in?
I did, but people were talking,
Ooh,
so,
Hi, dear. How
I
you
was
doing?
waiting.
Mm-hmm.
hi, Roderick. But yeah, so it's just been a wonderful month.
Ay,
Mm,
carumba.
But at least it's been a cool month. I've got my doors and windows open today. Don't need the AC. Turned on the ceiling fans. It's a gorgeous day.
I'd like to see it get a little warmer and stay a little warmer. I have to look because it's nice and
Mm.
bright out there, but bright does not
Well,
always equal warm.
it's not exactly. Well, my house is dark. If I turn out my light, people won't be able to see me
Well, no, I'm
here.
looking out
Yeah.
my own window
See.
and I'm seeing
Yeah,
bright.
but
Yeah.
this is my house without my lights on. So I guess it's not too bad right now. I can leave it off.
Oh, wow.
mm.
Okay,
What?
allegedly, the temperature is 69 degrees Fahrenheit. Not bad, not bad. Supposed to go up to 70. Um, Tomorrow, the high looks like it's going to be 70. Oh, this is going to be fun. Nice. Maybe I'll get out and about a little bit. Yay.
Right now, our current temperature outside is 83. So
Alrighty.
that's not too bad. Tomorrow, it's supposed to be 87.
The hell?
It's a dog outside. What do you want?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what is who
Wow.
doing to the damn dog? I mean, it sounds like
There's
somebody's.
there's a kennel not too far away,
Ah,
so
Oh,
they tend to react off of each other.
oh,
yeah.
it sounded like somebody was beating a dog with a lead pipe. Yeah, no, okay.
Mm.
Well, it seems awfully specific. Why lead?
Oh, I don't know, because it's heavy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't even know if
I
you
don't know,
can
I'm just
get lead
reminded
pipe
you've
anymore.
probably never seen Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Of course you haven't. But there's a line in there where the sheriff of Nottingham is shouting to Robin. He's like, "When I catch you, I'm gonna carve your heart out with a spoon." And then later, I guess it's Guy Gisborne. I don't know. One of
Yes.
his. He's like, "Why a spoon, cousin?" And he goes, "Because it's dull, you twit. It'll hurt more." Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen Robin
Classic movie line, that one.
I've seen Robin Hood Men in
Yes.
Tights, but not Prince of
Different
Thieves.
movie
Different movie
entirely.
entirely.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That was Alan Rickman.
Yep. And Kevin Costner, of all people, is
Yes.
Robin. I mean,
Mhm.
really, Kevin freaking Costner is Robin Hood. That's
Yeah.
like Ben Affleck as Batman.
And Morgan Freeman as his sidekick.
Yeah, I never really quite understood that sidekick. Like, did he have in the original story a dude named Aziz who was following him around?
Not Aziz, but in the original stories, quote unquote, this was during the time of the Crusades with Richard the Lionhearted, is
Yeah.
Richard the Third?
Yep.
Yeah. And Robin and his family, of course, being lords of the kingdom, were part of the Crusades. And he had been captured during the Crusades
Yeah,
and
that's all
came
in the
back
movie.
home. But
But
that's
I'm not asking how they justified it in the movie. I'm asking whether that character was created entirely for the movie,
yes.
or if Disney had sanitized it or some shit, and that's why we didn't see Aziz.
I don't know if Disney sanitized it, but I do. There are too many different stories to actually say which is true and which is just fiction.
Yeah, well, I would love to know what inspired what. Sometimes, like I remember, the reason that Ariel, the Little Mermaid, has red hair is because Splash had just come out, and Disney wanted to make sure people didn't think it was the same mermaid because
Ah,
Daryl Hannah's blonde. You see,
right.
that's the only reason that Ariel has red hair.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I mean, originally she definitely didn't. She was a
Right.
blonde.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Move beef.
yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah. Well, and I'm just always curious what inspires this, that, or the other
Mhm.
thing.
It's hard to say. I know there are many different tales of Robin Hood and
Oh
the
yes.
Thieves of Nottingham.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I have to wonder, did it just grow out of urban legend back in the day, or did someone actually sit down and write it first, and then, people just bastardize the fuck out of it?
Yeah. I
Because
don't know.
Well, please forgive, but I have a feeling that the whole Robin Hood thing was a lot like a certain character from first century Palestine. The legends grew that way. With the,
well,
the
no,
character
what it
became
says
legendary.
here.
What?
What it says
Okay.
here is that there actually was possibly someone it's based on, they debate the historicity of Robin Hood. So I don't think it was based on some dude in Palestine.
Okay.
Well, no, it's not the character in Palestine that Robin Hood was based on. No, and the stories grew the same way. Both
Right.
stories did.
Oh,
Okay. The
Yeah, you didn't make that
first
part very clear, but
Yeah,
clarification
sorry about that.
accepted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the first literary references to Robin Hood appears in a series of 14th and 15th century ballads about a violent yeoman who lived in Sherwood Forest. And rather than a peasant knight or fallen noble, as in later versions, the protagonist of these medieval stories is a commoner. So,
Mm,
you know, uh, it's it's possible that these could be based on word of mouth
mm,
stories. So,
Well, I'm looking here on Wikipedia, and it talks about like rhymes people used to tell, ballads and stuff.
uh-huh.
right,
But it doesn't like the name of the character changes from time to time. Like
right,
they have Robin Hood as all one word, but they also have what looks like Robe Hod and Robbie Hod. In several, I mean, obviously they spelled things funky back then,
Of
but
course.
it's just like apparently some dude named Piers Venables, I don't know, of Aston, Derbyshire, uh, had done a lot of these, apparently.
Brave Sir Robin ran away.
Well, yes, that
Bravely
too.
ran away, away. Anyway.
Is that the earliest known legal records mentioning a person named Robin Hood, but it was spelled only one O, are from 1226, found in York Assizes. I don't know what the fuck that is. When that person's goods worth 32 shillings and sixpence were confiscated and he became an outlaw. Robin Hood owed money to St. Peter's in York. The following year, he was called Hood and also became known as Robert Hood. Robert Hood of York is the only early Robin Hood known to have been an outlaw. So
right.
it may be this fella who was pissed about being screwed by his bank and went robbing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah.
It
Uh,
says though that there is no evidence, however, that this Robin Hood, although an outlaw, was also a bandit. So I'm not really sure exactly what kind of outlaw he was if he wasn't a bandit, but okay.
right. Um,
well, I
the
suppose that, yeah, you could have a highwayman and then there might be some other sort of whatever that would be. I don't
right.
know.
What
No,
I'm
but they have
seeing,
another account of a dude named Robert and his fellow named John Dayville. Or maybe it was his brother. I can't tell right now. It says kinsman, but it's not clear. So that may be the origin of Little John, is those
Yeah.
right,
guys.
Yeah.
right. And here's one. So it's varied. The first known literary reference of Robin Hood and his men was in 1377, and the Sloane manuscripts in the British Museum have an account of Robin's life, which states that he was born around 1160 in Lockersley, most likely modern day Loxley, in South
Ah.
Yorkshire. Another chronicler has it that he was a Wakefield man and took part in Thomas of Lancaster's rebellion in 1322.
Okay
So
then.
there's a lot of, but those are the first known literary references. It doesn't say who or what this person was. Um, One certain fact is that he was a North countryman and with his traditional haunts as an outlaw in Sherwood Forest and a coastal refuge at Robin Hood's Bay in Yorkshire. So there's places in Whitby, Yorkshire. Uh, so yeah, it's really hard to say why and where, but they do have a close when. So,
Yeah,
as
well,
far as when it first came about, so they are saying that Robin did exist, but not quite the same way as Robin Hood, the Robin Hood all we all think of.
stories always change in the telling anyway, so.
Yeah. Um.
Hmm.
And that Little John's grave is seen in Hathersedge churchyard in Derbyshire. So Little John may exist too. So
Yeah, they never really talk about gigantic John. Could stand to lose a little bit of weight, John. That guy just never comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Oh man, what comes to my mind is Daffy Duck and Porky Pig.
no, I'm still getting mental images of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves in my head.
mm,
Okay then.
right.
Well,
Well,
I did watch it perhaps more times than I should have. I mean,
I actually still have the movie.
Kevin Costner does not make a good Robin Hood, I have to say, but I mean, it wasn't a terrible movie.
No, there I've seen worse movies.
Well,
There are worse Robin Hood movies.
yeah.
I have to say that the most recent one that I saw, the Robin Hood with Russell Crowe in it, was not the best.
And then, of course, for hack jobs, there was always Errol Flynn.
Oh,
I'm not
yes.
sure I've ever seen that one.
Oh, it's terrible.
Uh-huh.
It's absolute. Oh, the acting
That
was
bad, huh?
just.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, it would give Robin Hood Men in Tights a run for its money.
Hmm.
Uh, it, totally not believable. Just yeah.
Well, they keep like casting a woman in the role of Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Yes.
That one's always bugged me a little because I'm sorry, but it doesn't work. Like seriously, it doesn't. It just you can tell. Like I don't know. I like the versions of Peter Pan where they cast an actual boy because
Mhm.
it just doesn't come off like, okay, everyone, you got to play pretend. We know it's not real. We know that this is different, but you got to just play along with us. And I'm like, I don't know.
I
It doesn't
liked,
seem right.
if we're talking Peter Pan, Hook with Robin Williams. That was a good movie.
I don't know. Hook's okay, I guess, but it's a little too Disneyfied for my taste.
Mhm.
There was a Peter Pan that came out. I forget when exactly. I have it on disc. I should watch it again. Uh, the disc does not say. I'll show you the cover. But for me, at least, this one is really
Uh,
good.
oh,
You said my note to
yeah.
sing because it's all out of focus.
Yeah. I have that one. I
Yeah,
think.
that's because you're not watching on the actual like meet window. You're
Yeah.
clearly
Yes, I am.
watching on the stream window. Well, it's in focus for me.
It's in focus now. It wasn't before.
I have that one.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. And as you can see, they actually did cast a boy in the role. I mean, maybe
Yes.
that sounds a little genderist, but at the same time, he is supposed to be a boy.
Right. So why don't they cast boys?
I mean, if you want to cast like a trans boy where you can't tell, that's fine. But the character himself is supposed to be a guy, so
Right. Ooh,
I don't know.
excuse me.
Oh my.
Like if a movie forces me to pretend I don't see what I see, it's a bad movie.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's like trying to watch old school sci-fi and go, yeah, those two pie plates are definitely a UFO. It's that level of I'm not sure I can play along right now.
Oh
Or-
my
or-
word.
Or Robbie the Robot, who happens to be just these bits of aluminum folded around this guy to create a robot. Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
The one I liked was in the 50s sci-fi horror movies, where you'd have them let a ladder out, and then they're coming out of the ass end of an Atlas rocket. Where all the fire is. This is where they're coming
Yeah.
out.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, it at least they had a prop. I've seen one movie where all they did was, I don't know if they were climbing out of a painting or what they were actually doing, but it was clear that there was not a spaceship there. It was clear that there was not an object there.
Oh boy.
Oh yay! Okay, that sounds like the German film Frau im Mond, I believe it was, or maybe it was supposed to be a film of Duverne, where they took the trip to the moon and they come out of the painting and they're the moon maidens dancing around and all this other shit.
And
Oh,
honestly,
boy.
would it kill you to just say Jules Verne?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna get you to say it at some point, because
Oh, look who's here! Hi, Purple.
Jules Verne. Ugh.
All right. I am going to head off because it is going
Oh.
on 3:00. And I actually do have to consider what I'm going to make for dinner tonight. And that means doing dishes. So
Oh my!
I
my.
haven't done dishes this week because I have been so busy running around. Although Tornado did try something new this week.
Oh no!
Oh yes, he tried ramen with tofu in
Jambalaya?
it.
Oh my!
Ramen with toad food in it? Ew.
Tofu, yeah.
I know. I hate toad
How
food, though.
the
It's
hell
disgusting.
did that work
You know what
out?
it tastes like? It tastes
He
like
actually-
trying to eat a foam mattress is what it tastes like.
Okay, we took extra firm tofu and we deep fried it.
All right.
And then I made a dashi mix
Okay.
and created udon soup and put the tofu in it. And he ate it. He loved it.
All right.
I also made another thing I made for my mom was Yenching's beef.
I don't think I've ever had this.
Okay, it's thinly sliced beef cooked in garlic and green onions
Sounds good.
with sesame oil on it.
Sounds yummy.
And then you add in soy sauce, sugar, and what was the other one? There was another ingredient. Can't remember what it was. The third ingredient.
Now I
well.
want Asian food.
Then you pour that in with the meat, and then you take a bed of rice and cabbage. The cabbage is still raw, but there's enough liquid in the actual beef mixture after you stir fry it that you
Okay.
pour it over the cabbage when it's nice and hot and basically almost boiling, and it will semi-cook the cabbage
Okay. Yeah.
sitting on
Yeah.
top of everything. Yeah.
I'm familiar with that. Sounds yummy and
yeah.
tasty.
But it's YEN space Ching, CHING, beef. So, and there's different ways to make it, but the quickest just includes garlic, green onions, sugar, soy sauce, eggs, and cornstarch.
Okay then.
So you take 2 eggs, you mix it with a tablespoon of cornstarch and vegetable sesame seed oil. You mix the beef in with that, then you pour it into a pan with 2 tablespoons of oil that has been heated. Stir fry the meat until it's done. Set that aside. Then you take 4 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and I think a little bit of water. You mix those together. Then you take a head of garlic and you saute that. Yes, a head of garlic.
Wow, that sounds tasty.
Yeah, you take the head of garlic. You saute that in sesame oil. then you add in the green onions, then you pour the meat back into the pan, then you pour the liquid into the pan.
So the cloves you haven't minced or anything yet. You're just
No, you can mince them. You go ahead and mince them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then
Get out, guys. Fox noodle.
yeah, your fox noodle, go away. Uh not my favorite smell. But you take that and you pour it over the rice and cabbage, and then you're done.
Sounds tasty. Sounds like something I would eat.
Yeah, I'll look and see if I can find the recipe for you, and I'll send the link to you.
Oh, yay. Yes.
I'll post it on, let's see, hold
It's
on.
just getting turned down all the time, and I don't like it doing that.
Well, you could stop using Linux.
Okay, what do we have? There we are.
Recipe.
So one of the things I've been doing while we've been chatting is working on a new character for Quinn Redshift. And what I've come up with is sort of an 80s style sexy bartender chick.
Okay.
Ooh, Yen
Oh
Chi
my.
beef
Okay
menu.
then.
Yeah. I mean, I'd go to a bar with her as the bartender.
I was just thinking that, yeah, this is coming out of your fantasies, isn't it?
A little bit. Yeah, maybe. Just a smidge.
Oh,
But
my.
no, it's good because I've needed this character for a while and I've been putting off creating her. So
Oh my.
and she even has the side ponytail. You gotta love it. There's something about that side ponytail I've always kind of liked. I don't know.
Oh my. My what? I couldn't tell you, but it is mine.
I thought it was your word.
I think so.
Yes.
Dayukorostu.
Now the question is your word to your mother or up G homies?
Yes.
That's not an answer.
I've got 2 Win 10 licenses, Stool.
Okay, that should work.
Yay.
I only said should. You see, that's the thing is I don't know for certain.
Natapolikisi.
One thing that this could be, another one, it could be called Mongolian beef with green onions is another
Oof, I
one.
love Mongolian
tasty,
beef. It is so
tasty.
nicely spicy. Oh man, now I want that, and I want kung pao chicken. I want some serious like Chinese spicy food.
Yes.
Mhm.
How about
I
some
think
Kung
I
Pao cat?
just found
No,
the recipe. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is the actual recipe that I just used the other day.
Boy. Oh boy.
and let's
Okay.
see. Okay.
That would be the recipe. All right.
And besides
Here you go.
Stool, a Win 10 Pro license may be worth $3, but it costs about I don't know, 20 times that. Well, actually, no, it costs about 100 times that.
I spent $130 on my copy of Windows 10 Home.
Okay, Stool's talking about 10 Pro.
That's more expensive.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Diana,
Well,
internal chat.
The only reason to have 10 Pro really is to have more control over auto updating.
Uh-huh.
I
the
don't
only
have any
reason to have
problems
it.
with. I don't have any problems with updating.
Well, no, the problem is that it reboots on you without your permission if you're not paying attention.
Yes.
Right. I've only had it reboot at night when I'm already in bed.
Well,
I've never
the
had
thing
it.
is- well, I mean, if it would reboot, when even if it's off. You know, you
Right.
schedule a reboot and it does it without you, like well after midnight, that's one thing. But it doesn't
Right.
work like that. You could be in the middle of a project. I could have something rendering where it needs to go all goddamn night and it just reboots me because reasons.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, I linked the Yenching recipe in the internal chat, which is the one I know I used the other night. I recognize the ingredients.
Teshu, Galocopatinia.
So, and it's like I said, it's only about 6 ingredients. And I remembered the other ingredient was half a teaspoon of black pepper.
Oh,
I thought the
yum.
ingredient was love.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a
basically,
soup commercial?
The secret ingredient is love has been used all over the place. I don't know why it would be just a soup commercial.
Right. This whole recipe is 1 pound sirloin sliced thinly against the grain, 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons cornstarch, 1 head of garlic minced, a 1/4 cup green onions sliced, half teaspoon black pepper, 3 tablespoons sugar, 4 tablespoons soy sauce, thinly shredded cabbage, and sesame oil. That's it.
I love all the garlic in there, though.
Well, garlic's the best.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
garlic is absolutely wonderful. But you mix the eggs and cornstarch together in a medium bowl with 1 tablespoon sesame oil. Toss with meat. Heat 1 to 2 tablespoons vegetable oil in skillet or wok over medium-high heat. Fry meat until cooked through. Set
Why
aside.
would you walk over medium or high heat? I wouldn't walk over it at all.
Yeah.
I'd stay away from it, you see.
Wipe white pan, heat 1 tablespoon sesame oil over medium heat, saute garlic, then add green onion. Combine pepper, sugar, and soy sauce, add to the garlic and green onion along with the meat, stir over medium heat until everything is well combined and heated through. Serve over rice and a bed of thinly shredded sliced cabbage. That's it.
Oh, my. I tell you, I discovered garlic chicken from Jeff Smith, the Frugal Gourmet, and that was the first time I had ever heard of using multiple heads of garlic
In
while
anything,
roasting.
yeah.
Because you're talking about 40 cloves of garlic here, and
Oof. Yeah.
it's wonderful. I mean,
It
the
is.
chicken tastes great. The house smells heavenly.
Yep.
Nothing like it.
Yep. Now I'm going to have to order all this so I can make it at home.
Moof beef.
Okay.
Well, that's one thing I want to do is Tuesday, the local farmers market opens for the season, so I want to start getting over there and find all kinds of good stuff. Yum.
I haven't had breakfast yet, and now I'm extraordinarily hungry because of you two.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, I guess you could have garlic salad for breakfast, right?
Okay.
Kitty has been so comfy over there on the arm of the couch for a very long time. Kitty likes it there, huh?
Actually, back when I had a couch still, before I got rid of it for, room to play VR, Columbia was constantly on the arm of the couch, just like always.
Uh-huh.
I think she liked being next to Howie is the thing, because he was there too.
Okay. Couple days ago, Sylvia was on the arm of my chair. Usually, she installs herself on my thigh. But for some reason, she wanted the arm of the chair. So I let her have it.
Oh, you let her have it.
Oh,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Because she wanted it.
Sesame oil. That's the other thing I need that I don't have.
Oh man, yeah, Mage tomatoes for lunch. That's a yummy and tasty. I had what was it, yesterday or the day before? Tomatoes and cottage cheese for lunch. Yummy.
Sorry, say that again. Tomatoes, what cheese?
Tomatoes and cottage cheese.
Oh, cottage. That was the word I didn't catch.
Sorry about that, but I just love the stuff. Line the bowl with tomato wedges and spoon in the cottage cheese and throw a shitload of black pepper on it and yum.
Yeah.
Yeah, cottage cheese is basically just slime. Well, it is. It's like I don't know. It looks like the kind of thing where if you put it in a classroom, children would be using it for paste.
Okay, okay.
It's just I don't get the appeal. It's sludge.
It's gross.
Well, the brands that I go for are a little to the drier side than the others because you can get varying degrees of moisture in the cottage.
Well, but it's not moisture. It's viscosity.
Okay. The thing that I used to like to get, and the viscosity was improved by doing this, was the large curd cottage cheese, which I just cannot find anymore.
Mm.
All I can find is small curd. What are you gonna do, I suppose? And no, I'm not gonna make my own cottage cheese. It's too much work.
I don't
Yeah,
know what
that's
goes into it. I'm not sure I want to know.
If you do it right, you do a starter culture and you let it ferment for a few days or something like that. And there are
See,
other ways.
usually, unless it's alcohol, saying and then you let it ferment is an instant turnoff. I mean, I'm sorry, but I prefer my food unfermented if I can get it that way.
Okay. Let's see.
Well, I mean, keeping in mind my taste in food is nothing like yours. I mean,
Yeah, that I'll give you.
I
Definitely.
like to eat stuff that's actually food, and you eat stuff that people throw away. Well, it's true. I'm sorry. You eat guts.
That's where I have to go. Come on. I have to go down to the Strip District, which is the local food district downtown. And boy, you can get all kinds of good stuff down there.
Yeah, you go down there and you say, "Hey, Joe, nice to see you again. What do you have in some basic slop?"
Yes.
Well,
They have Holy's Fish Market down there. You can get almost anything out of the water. Then they have various ethnicities of meat markets. That's always a good thing.
yeah, maybe it's just me, but I think you don't know what a meat market is.
Yeah, I do.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you're eating, but not necessarily for nutrition.
No, a meat market is where you go to like find someone to have sex with.
That's where I was headed, yes.
Okay, well, you were headed there obliquely.
Yes, indeed. No, there's good old strip district meats, and you can get, oh God, you can get almost anything there. Elk, emu, alligator, venison. Oh, yum, I love venison. Haven't had venison in a very long time.
Yeah, it's quite a long trip to Venice to get it.
Yes. And bunny. They have bunny. It's a little on the expensive side, but, I love bunny.
I mean, I know we discussed this a while ago, but I had it once, and I remember liking it. But now I would have a hard time eating it simply because all I could see would be the cute bunny.
Okay, yeah.
You
All
know,
right.
that makes it a little more difficult.
Okay, I'm gonna head off. I gotta start doing my chores.
Okay,
So I'll see
honey.
y'all later.
Great to have you here. Yay!
Yep. I
Finally.
will.
Uh,
I will try to keep coming back again. It's just I had a really busy couple of weeks and months. So,
Move beef.
all right. I see you all later. Take care.
Care.
Bye, bye,
catch you like the
guys.
plague. Don't
Yep.
get run over.
Tayo
Okay. Bye,
Korosto.
bye.
Benimanista, whatever that means. I have no idea.
Uh-huh.
I have no idea about anything, really.
We know.
Oh, my quick cottage cheese, heavy cream, white vinegar, skim milk. Why bother with the skim milk? I mean, really. Homemade cottage cheese, heavy cream, long life, white vinegar. What? Is long life one of the starter cultures?
Is that a thing I don't know? Long life?
Yeah, it's the first time
What?
I've seen it.
No, but what?
This is.
What? I mean, having a long life is great, but I don't see how it's an ingredient.
I don't either. Let's see. In the full list of it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, okay. So it's associated with milk. One of the ingredients is 1 gallon whole milk, not ultra high temperature processed or long life. I wonder if long life is. I wonder if it's
so they're
irradiated
talking about
milk.
spoiling.
Yeah, I wonder if that's it. Okay. No, the other one, it was just in the middle of the blurb and it was just sitting there by itself and I couldn't figure out what the heck it was all about. Okay, a gallon of milk, 3/4 cup vinegar, teaspoon salt, 3 tablespoons heavy cream. All right then. Okay, so they're not doing any fermenting. They're just doing the curdling. Okay. Oh my! I haven't had liverwurst in a long time. I used to like goose liver sandwiches.
Ugh. I don't know. Someone says liver, and my first thought is not food.
I can't get enough
I
of
mean,
this
that's the
stuff.
thing. Like I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't like to eat organs. I mean, flesh is an organ, technically. Muscle's an organ, technically. But you know what the fuck I mean.
Yes. Oh my! But I tell you, it shows you how weird I am. I mean, the organ meats are some of my favorites. I would rather have tongue than a porterhouse steak.
Well, so would I, but not the way you mean it. Oh, all right.
Although I did last time I was out grocery shopping get New York strip steak and some charcoal and some naphthalene. And eventually I will be grilling some New York strip steak.
Yeah, one of these days I really should learn what the different cuts of meat are like. Because, I mean, I hear names all the time, but I've never really looked into it, Like why would I want beef tips over loin, over strip steak, over this, that, or the other fucking thing? I've never really looked into it. The most I know, and I only know this a little, is what the different kinds of cooking it mean.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm trying to.
It's like medium well, medium rare, medium this, that, and the other thing, because it's always fucking medium.
Mm-hmm. Well, medium is a little overdone for me.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't have the name for what I want, and I've also never been able to get anyone to prepare it that way, and I'm starting to wonder if it's impossible without a flamethrower.
Oh, you've described that one, yeah, where it's basically
Yeah.
crackly and singed on the outside, then damn near raw on the inside,
Yeah,
right?
the inside you could probably ride at home.
Mm-hmm. Um, it came
Uh,
close at one steakhouse I was at a few years ago, where yeah, the outside was not quite, excuse me, not quite as well done as you like it, but the inside was definitely raw, and it was yummy and tasty.
yeah. Oh man.
Okay, strip steak
We've
is
been
a
talking about food this whole time, and I'm still without breakfast. I may have to cut this short soon because I am hungry.
Alrighty, well, we will work on that. No, the strip steak is a cut of beef steaks from the short loin of a cow. Um, okay, the short loin is right behind the ribs.
Okay, but that
Um,
doesn't tell me what I need to know. Location was not my query.
okay, what do you need? What?
Quality.
Quality?
Like,
Pretty.
like this is why this is good to eat. This is why this is better to eat.
The muscle does very little work, therefore it is quite tender.
Okay.
Not quite as tender as the tenderloin, but it is quite tender. Yeah.
Well, you'd think from the name Tenderloin would be the tenderest.
Move beef.
But that's just me. I don't know.
I mean, I rather like strip steaks. Um, I grilled a couple last year. I felt kind of bad, or even this time I felt kind of bad buying the steaks because I'm poor, and as far as he would say, I'm poor. I'm not supposed to have anything, but with that largesse of the food stamps, I can pay you know $15, $18 for for a couple pounds of steak. Um, well, and I know it's going to be over soon. Um, the food stamps are going to be pulled out from under us, and I'm going to have to eat ramen again for the rest of my short miserable life here.
I like some kinds of ramen though, because they finally realized that they can have more flavors than beef, chicken, and at the time Oriental.
Okay.
You
Well,
know, now there's like chili, and you can get this wacky creamy chicken flavor, and they have a whole bunch of different, like there's a wider range now of ramen flavors.
okay then. One thing I have to do, and the last two times I went to Squalmart, I forgot to do it, is buy maybe 3 or 4 cases of ramen, where you get 12 in a box or 18 in a box or whatever it is, and just bring them here, and then I've got quick food if I get hungry and I want to eat.
You know, I find myself wondering, like, I've never actually looked because I never thought about keeping them this long, whether ramen has an expiration date.
Oh,
I'm sure it must. It has to.
it has
But
to.
I mean, you'd think after like a couple of centuries, even styrofoam goes bad, I suppose. But I
Mm.
mean, like, I'm not sure I could finish a flat of ramen before it went bad, is
Oh,
my point.
oh, I've done it. It's just easy enough.
Well, yes, but you also eat enough for 5 people. I'm not sure I could.
Oh my! I think it took me maybe 3 weeks to eat that entire box of ramen.
Yeah. Well, one thing that's really frustrating though is like the supermarket near me does this like sort of product triage where they go, okay, we're gonna have all the normal shit and one novelty flavor, and that's it. And we're not having the other 7 that are available.
Mm.
You know, or oh, Kate started buying this and she enjoys it. We're going to pull it after a month.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that one, right?
That's the really frustrating one because it's like, I really, really, really started getting into this one flavor of ramen, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's gone for like months.
Well, here's an interesting article. Is there a shelf life for my instant ramen noodles? Well, of course there is, but how long is it? Um, do 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 do. They're not saying anything. They're not saying anything. They're not saying. Oh, here we go. On average, instant noodles from the date of manufacturing will have a shelf life of 2 to 12 months.
See,
All
and
right.
that's the thing is like I've you hear all the rumors, oh, when civilization falls, we'll all be able to eat like Twinkies and ramen because they never go bad. And I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
they do.
not so much. Oh my good God, please tell me this is fake.
What the fucking hell?
It's a ramen hot pocket.
Oh my god, it
I,
looks
I
like
mean, like, okay,
Cthulhu.
this one is clearly fake.
Uh
But
huh.
that other one could easily be real. It wouldn't shock me to discover a hot pocket full of ramen.
Oh Jesus, yeah. Oh my word, it looked like Cthulhu, yeah, and stuff and things, and goddamn. Um,
It's funny to me because like they changed that. Like this used to be the Oriental flavor or whatever, and I'm like, but it doesn't really taste like soy sauce. It seems like they chose that just because they're like, how can we make this in no way racial or ethnic? And I think it was a misfire.
well, I tell you, that looked like cheese sauce. You know that stuff you get with the macaroni and cheese dinners.
Well, regardless of what it looked like, I think it's a bad name.
Yeah. Okay, Texas beef flavor. Yes, dear. What can I do
Yeah.
for you?
Oh, I sincerely hope that these are fake. Now, I'm not sure about the one up top. That might be original. I can't tell. But the one at the bottom, I saw a translation. That's the sour cream and onion.
Oh my word.
Oh, please tell me this isn't real. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Cheese curry insta ramen.
Oh gee. Oh my
And whatever
word.
that is next to it, it says it's crunky something. I can't even read
I
it.
can't make
Poppins?
that out. Yeah.
But crunky is a very odd word for food.
Is it a portmanteau of crunchy and chunky?
My first thought was clunky,
Ah, okay. Okay. Okay.
but oh no. Brain flavored zombie ramen.
All right. I like the color. I like the blue.
Hmm. Well, there isn't enough blue food, is there?
No, absolutely. Blueberries are purple.
No.
Um,
I mean, there is blue food, but it's all like artificial candy.
yes.
And even
Mm-hmm.
then it's difficult to find. It's weird. And I sincerely hope that the look on this woman's face is because she accidentally ate her hair. I mean, they do blend a
Oh,
little.
yeah, they do. Oh God, yes. Tayo
There's a
korostu.
fried chicken ramen. That sounds okay-ish, I guess.
Oh
I don't know.
no.
What? Oh, I hope not. I yeah.
The look on her face, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Although it's hard to see past that eyeshadow.
Oh Lord. I
Is it
would
really shadow if it's not darker than your skin?
I don't think so. I wouldn't wear it, sorry. I don't think I could get away with it.
Well, that's not my question, though.
Right, right. No, I mean if it's
Because it's not eyeshadow anymore. Now it's eye highlighter.
yeah. Does
And yeah,
she?
I look ridiculous in makeup. I've seen it. It's not it looks unnatural. We're talking uncanny valley shit here. So I just stay. Oh, of course, it might be because I can't apply it. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It might well be that the people who applied it decided, hey, I know, Kate wants to be a clown.
Well,
Kate wants to be Tammy Faye Baker.
I saw
Yeah.
the one set of pictures that you posted at one point. I don't know if that was actually applying makeup or if that was one of those face mod things. You look like a China doll.
I don't know what picture you mean.
You had posted it during one of our shows, maybe a couple, 3 months ago or something like that. We were talking about makeup, and you put this
Well,
thing.
you know what? It was probably one of those filters that
That's
you
what I
can
was
do.
wondering. Yeah, I was wondering if it was that.
Yeah, but it looks absolutely silly. I don't have a face for makeup. I just don't, which is fine because I don't really want to wear makeup. I'm always afraid to like touch my face. Will I smudge it? I'm going to be
Yeah,
walking around with
yeah.
this big like dark streak across my face. And you're constantly seeing like women who do makeup reapplying their lipstick every 2 minutes and I'm like, well, what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
like having like I've seen women with nails so long that they can barely type.
I don't know how they do it. I really don't. How do you get through the
I,
day with nails that are 19 inches long? Okay.
I
And
mean, maybe they're press-ons, but even so, like I want to know why they do it. Do they think it's appealing?
my understanding is that they think it's appealing, and I don't, but that's another story. But, I see them operating cash registers, and I'm wondering, how are you managing to do this?
Well,
Um,
I don't know. All I'm thinking about now is that a good lesbian knows to keep her nails trimmed, but that's just me.
uh huh.
You know.
Oh, my.
It's I love the like there's that one picture. Well, there's probably multiple pictures, but there's one I've got right in front of me now, where it's like, come on, fire up you. When you're a lesbian, but you want to impress Satan too.
There you are. Oh my.
What on earth?
I can't even grow my nails anymore. They keep breaking.
I just don't even bother. Even if I didn't have the habit of chewing on my nails, which I do, um, I wouldn't want it.
Hmm. The problem I have,
Oh, that's a horrible picture.
um,
Sorry, I fell down a rabbit hole of like manicures gone wrong, and
oops.
ew,
Oh my.
ew,
By all means, share. I mean,
no.
really. But with my.
I'm not sharing. You can look it the fuck up yourself. That's so gross what I just saw.
When my nails break, they break along the length rather than across.
Hmm.
So that's not fun.
And
Um, hmm?
you know those weirdos who get into the Guinness Book of World Records for having the world's longest nails, and they're like all curly and shit.
Yeah, and they look like they're growing mold and all kinds of other shit.
Oh, they're probably just decaying, but even so, it's the whole like, how did they get curly like that? Like, are nails naturally curly, but you don't see it
They
because they
are.
tend to stay too short? You wouldn't think, but apparently.
Apparently, they are. Yeah. Um, One thing I've noticed with my own nails is let them grow and they start curling in from the sides.
Okay,
So they
that
start,
makes
yeah, they
sense
start
though.
rolling.
It's the ones that start doing like loop de loops that I'm talking about.
Uh huh.
Like
Yeah.
like
Yep. Yep.
like from the sound of it, you sound like you're describing a barrel roll, where I'm talking an Emmelman.
Yep. 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 Yep.
But, you know, yeah. Date tonight. Clip
Oh,
fingernails. You
what
see.
the
Yeah.
heck? This is
Hold on.
foo-foo-ness over here.
Oh, yeah. Website 8 hidden signs she's secretly curious and 7 obvious ones.
Oh my.
And when we say curious, yeah, we mean that way. Obvious sign, her fashion sense. No shit. Uh, yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna
this
have
is.
to start doing that.
Oh, this is pretty. After acrylic nails went wrong, yeah, she's about to lose that finger.
Yeah, obvious sign, her fingernails. No shit. Hidden sign, girl crushes. Obvious sign, how she carries herself. Okay. Yeah, she sits with her legs spread or walks similar to how a guy will, then she's probably a lesbian or a girl who had too many brothers and male influences in her life growing up. Okay.
Mm.
But yeah.
Siya posta palokatinye.
Well, I saw some people bitching on the cyberpunk boards where they're going, clearly the mocap for Judy was done by a guy because no girl sits like that. And I'm like, dude, she's a lesbian. Yeah, they do. Like the character is no shit a lesbian. And I'm like, you just haven't hung around with enough of us. I mean, yeah.
Okay then.
Hidden sign. She doesn't sleep with men. How well, I mean, it could be hidden if she doesn't tell you, but you know. Obvious sign. How she reacts to men. Hidden sign. She lacks a feminine touch. What does that even mean in this case? Oh, well, okay, sure. Women usually care about how they look, about how their homes are decorated and kept, and about aesthetics. I mean, yeah, lesbians do that too, but it's a difference of style rather than not caring.
I don't know. I'm guessing that there aren't too many lesbians out there who are heavily into Hello Kitty decor.
You'd be surprised.
I
Baby
would.
dykes is a thing.
Oh my, oh my.
Yeah. Let's see here. No, those are lousy pictures, but yeah, baby dyke is a thing. It's a style. It's like on the same spectrum as butch, but different.
Okay then.
And how is that a baby dyke? That looks like Justin Bieber. I mean, like literally, facially, how is that not Justin Bieber? Here, let me.
Shista patula.
Okay, is this not Justin Bieber right here? Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh wow, that's definitely Justin Bieber.
But it says Tales of a Baby Dyke, my first queer year.
Okay.
But
Parlo come ne patrato.
I don't know. Well, what the hell? I don't know why that. Well, anyway. Yeah. But anyway.
Moo.
You know, it's funny. There's this one actress where my first encounter with her, she was playing a lesbian. And then every other encounter with her, she's been playing a straight chick, and she's apparently straight in real life. But I'm like, you were so much hotter as a lesbian. It might have just been the hair, but maybe not entirely. Because almost every other role I've seen her in, she had long hair, and she had this short hair that was so adorable in the movie. So I don't know. Something about her look changes with long hair, and it doesn't work for her, I don't think.
Oh my.
Like here, that totally works for her, but but when she doesn't have that hair, she looks weird.
Okay.
Like her face is shaped wrong for long hair. I don't know.
He's a moo. He's very moo.
Well, it's interesting to me how much like hair can change a person's face.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. This is why I am so cautious concerning my hair. This is why I haven't had a haircut in 12 years. You cut my hair too short and it's all wrong. And when I say all wrong, I mean all wrong.
Well, I mean, like, okay, ignore the expression on her face because for some reason they're both terrible. But tell me the short hair isn't hotter.
Yeah, it does look better.
You know, I mean, like, Humana. I'm just looking at the one on the left there where she kind of looks like Sharon Stone.
Okay.
Okay, here's one with better expressions on the face. It's easier to tell. I'm sorry, but that short hair is so much hotter.
Oh, my.
I mean, totally lickable.
Oh, my. What do we have here?
Oh, it looks like stool wants in.
Well, I don't know how long we're going to be on the air because you're going
Yeah.
and I'm going to be going pretty soon. And, oh, man. Oh, okay. Talk about that stuff, though. But,
Ah. Okay, here's something like the people who say like, oh, you don't want any kind of like sexual harassment because it's bad and all that stuff, and I'm sick of it. And it's like, well, yeah, but when you never get any, you start to question your self-worth. This is very similar right here. Is want some coffee liqueur on your ice cream? And like Amy's super sheltered. Ah, here's the alcohol and drug peer pressure. I was starting to think it was never gonna happen. Yes, please. It's that sort of thing where it's like, I never thought that would happen for me. It's like I don't know. Like you'd think someone would start doing it at least once, but when you're universally singled out for not being sexually harassed, you start to wonder what the fuck's up with you. You know what I mean? Like after a while, you can't keep blaming everyone else. I don't know. I mean, I would like it if sexual harassment was gonna go away entirely, but at the same time, you have to wonder why. Why would why would you prefer to go after a dead dog or a hobo over me?
Shut up, Clarion.
Yeah. You didn't have to go there.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Oh, my.
Oh, look at that little kitty with the bow in its hair. I like the kitty without it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I looked up Penny and short hair, and while I got, what's her face from the Big Bang Theory, I also got a lot of cats that are short hair that are up for adoption named Penny.
Oh, okay then.
And I mean like a lot of cats.
What, is Penny a popular kitty name? Is that the way it works?
Apparently. Don't know what to tell you, but...
Are there any kitties out there called Quarter?
But they're not up for adoption because you give no quarter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, shit.
Well, let's see. Cat named Quarter. I'm seeing a lot of pictures of cats, but I don't see anything where it's just my cat's named Quarter. I do see a dude with a kind of cute but rather large orange cat on his shoulder.
Okay. Very, 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 very moo.
No, very meow,
Meow, meow,
you see.
meow, meow,
But
meow, meow,
cat on shoulder. Oh, cute kitty. Oh, she did burr.
Oh,
Huh. So, not a very original name, Snowball, but this cat won like a kitty beauty contest, and I can totally see why.
okay then. Indeed.
Look at Joe. I mean, just look at those eyes for crying out. Oh, this is an even better picture of those eyes. Hold on. Bada bing. Look at
Whoa.
that. That is striking.
I have to wonder if those were colored in.
I hope not. That would be cruel.
Yeah.
Oh, my word. That is a terrifying looking kitty right there.
Eek!
Yeah. Oh, hey, look. It's my high school yearbook photo. Okay, that I found one of a similar cat. Kind of adorable, actually. Although I have to ask, why the long face?
Looks more like a bat, to tell you the truth.
Which is, in fact, how this was advertised. See, on the Twitter page. It says, "So, do you want a cat or a bat?" Me? Yes.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay, I just found Disney's next villain.
Oh, yay.
Yep. Anywho.
Tayo korostu. Yes.
Merciful Zeus. Gah.
Meanwhile,
Oh, hey, did I mention they got that frozen chicken in it again finally?
You
that
showed-
they were
you
out
showed
of
it
through
at-
most of
you showed it at me.
Yeah,
Yes.
I should make a stir fry instead of going out for food.
Yeah, that would be cheaper.
On the other hand, I do want that Mongolian beef, damn it. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not the Mongolian beef I want. It's the Beijing beef that I want.
Okay.
Beijing beef is the it's like breaded or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I mean, it might just be something they only have at Panda Express because that's where I'm seeing it. But I mean, whatever it is, it's really tasty. Oh, apparently they have recipes for it. Like someone said, here's a copycat. Here's how to make it. Like if you don't want to go to Panda Express.
Okay.
Let's see. Is it? Well, let's see. Click to see full recipe. Oh wow, this is well, it might be expensive. I meant complicated. There's a lot of steps here. I don't even own cornstarch. You'll like this though, a pound of flank steak cut into thin strips.
Okay then. Okay, yeah, that
Wow,
works.
this actually has cat soup in it? Wow, who'd have thunk it?
Oh my.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go and buy any Vinegar. You know, it wouldn't shock me if you can just buy this sauce in the store. I know that P.F. Chang's marketed their shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can buy their sauce in the store if you want it.
It's probably better to do that than it is to make the sauces.
Yeah, that gets expensive. Those ingredients are high.
They really do get expensive. And you buy a container or a package or whatever, and to make whatever you bought the package for, you only use, like about a fifth of the package at most. And the rest of it goes, to...
Huh.
But I see a whole search thing here looking up Panda Express copycat recipes.
You know, I'm seeing another never meet your heroes moment here. Apparently, you remember Ricky Schroeder from Silver Spoons?
Barely.
Okay, well, I didn't realize how scummy he is. Did you know he actually put up money to help with Kyle Rittenhouse's bail?
Oh, jeez.
Cha. And apparently he has some like domestic abuse charges or some shit going on. But now he apparently there's video of him harassing a Costco employee about face masks. Like he wants to be let into Costco without his mask on. And yeah.
Oh, for the love of Saint Gulick.
I hate that he's doing this because I want to still respect him, but I kind of can't
It's
now.
getting difficult.
And I definitely didn't know the thing about the domestic abuse charges either. I should look that up.
Yeah, you don't want to abuse your domestics no matter who they are. Really bad, I know.
Anyway.
Moo.
All right, I am going to turn into a pumpkin. I'm hungry, so
I
I
think
will. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I will as well. And hopefully we will be seeing your beautiful smiling face on Tuesday.
We'll see. Maybe I'll be more in a mood to actually futz with my head fur.
Moof beef. Yay!
Because, I mean, that's why I'm not on camera right now, is I don't want to fuck around with my, like, really obnoxious, will not cooperate hair. So
Uh-huh.
it's not. I wish it could be tamed, my hair.
Moo. That is a big moo right there.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna look into making one of them stir fry things.
Oh, I see up toward the top here. This was a while ago. But Von Rick said the
Mhm.
Pringles ramen is real.
Oh, jeepers. Well, now I'm curious, like the same way I was curious about that Twinkies cereal that time.
Yeah.
It's another good reason to go to the store. I'm really low on some supplies, actually. And no, you know what? Fuck it. I can get caffeine through coffee if I have to. Anyway, yeah, so have fun. Try not to get horribly burned alive by any monsters or anything.
Alrighty, and take care, honey, and bon appetit and stuff like that. Yay.
Yeah, there's no bones in this chicken, but okay, later.
Alright. Oh my. Okay, and then with me left in here, I'm basically going to say I want to thank everybody who's here and I want to thank everybody who's not here. Every time. I say it every time, and I mean it every time. I love you guys. Guys, keep me going. Really and truly. It's nice to be appreciated. Really, it is. And as long as you keep wanting me around, and as long as I'm alive to do it, then I guess I can keep doing it. How's that sound? And we will just take it from there. And okay, come Tuesday, we will have another day and another chat and good stuff and things. And hopefully we will have the full crew with us again. That'll be really, 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 really nice. And okay, until then, thanks a lot, troops. See you on the other side.